1. And we're going live. We are live, I believe, right now. Oh, you start.
Oh, do I start? Hey, welcome. It's Free Jingle Friday, believe it or not. Another Friday and another great Friday because we are making good jingles. How about that?
Yes, indeed. I'm Mike Russell from musicradiocreative.com, and over there she is
Isabella Russell from musicradiocreative.com.
And we've also got, yes, Mr. Clive is in the house, and he's got a few opinions on things.
Oh, he does.
And Isabella, it says wonderful to be here. As always, we're going to keep streaming because we are stuck here. We're in lockdown in our MRC Live studio right now, broadcasting to you from the United Kingdom, from the Isle of Wight, for as long as we possibly can, which hopefully is forever. Right, Isabella?
Nothing stopping us from broadcasting. We are already, we've confined ourselves to our house, which is also where our studio is.
Oh yeah, exactly. Yes, don't forget the Sonic logo at the end. Yes, we're confined to our house at the moment. Yes, it's all a bit surreal at the moment.
I know.
And it didn't make it any better, Isabella, last night when we decided to watch a 2011 movie called Contagion.
You should not watch
do not
this.
watch that
whatever
movie.
You do, don't watch
whatever
this.
you do not watch Contagion. Okay.
I can see why people are panic buying right now. If you watched that movie, you would be panic buying.
I think that movie is responsible. I think that movie is responsible for all the actions that are happening around the world right now. Anyway, this is not to make light of it. Obviously, very serious situation that's ongoing at the moment. And we welcome you to a little bit of escapism right now at Music Radio Creative. I think first and foremost, Isabella, it's really worth to start off by saying that there are many changes and many companies. In fact, my inbox has been full this week of companies saying, we're doing this, we're doing that, we're doing this is happening, that's happening. So instead of like spamming you in your inbox with another email saying, coronavirus, this is what's happening at Music Radio Creative, we thought actually if you're interested in Music Radio Creative, if you have any interest at all as to whether things have changed or how we're functioning here at the moment, you'd probably tune into something like this. And at the moment, the last thing you need is another email. So Isabella, over to you to give the official COVID-19 word on Music Radio Creative.
Yeah, we are just business as usual. I just want to say for us, it's business as usual. We have always been virtual. Well, our team has always worked virtually, as in from the comfort of their own homes. We've got wonderful Andrea, who's all the way in Brunei. We've got Emilia, who's working all the way from Slovakia.
Good button on YouTube. Sorry,
hello.
That was a little bit of feedback. Just ignore that.
Hello.
Carry on.
And obviously we are here on the Isle of Wight, which means that we are all safe. So nobody is impacted in any way as to the operations. All of our producers work from the comfort of their own home. We've got a team of producers all over the world. And the same with all of our voice artists. We only take on people who work with a high quality home studio setup. So to us, it's no change. There is nothing that changes. So we can produce your jingles just the way we've done so far. And I don't think, there is literally nothing that we can run short of to not have jingles, if that makes sense, apart from our voices. But hopefully coronavirus won't take that away. And then,
absolutely,
it's kind of business as usual.
It is really. And I mean, that is the way for many virtual businesses, although that doesn't go to say, Isabella, that online and virtual businesses that operate totally outside the need of having to be in a physical space or seeing people physically, it doesn't mean that those kind of businesses won't see a drop in sales or drop in interest at the moment, as everyone kind of has other things on their minds, right, at the moment?
Absolutely. I mean, we are all in the same boat together. I mean, there's no difference. We are all affected, and I guess some of us are more on the front line of it than others, and some people will have more of a kind of impact than others do. And I just want to say we are all in this together, and our hearts go to all of those who may have lost their jobs. I know so many people have lost their jobs over the last couple of weeks, or are really fearing that they will do.
It's an uncertain time, Isabella. It's an uncertain time right now.
It's a very, very uncertain time. But we are here to make jingles. We are here to make you smile. Forget about all of the news that we are all kind of refreshing. From 1 hour to the other.
We all are. Even I'm doing it. And as you know me for so long, Isabella, I am one to stay away from the news. I just do not like following the news. But obviously now I kind of feel it's critical to, especially with. We're based in the UK, so we're listening to what our government say, to what Boris Johnson says and his scientific and medical advisors. And we're following that advice. So we're actually following it very strictly here at MRC, which is why we have decided to lock down. So fortunately, we have the studio here. It's actually, I suppose we can say a little bit more about this, and maybe other people watching will have their input as well. We actually have a home studio. So we have a purpose-built studio at the end of our garden. This actually might make some good content at some point to get the camera out and show you. But we essentially have a purpose-built place where we can do this live stream from, and then we can go into our house. So essentially, we're kind of in lockdown between the house and the studio at the moment.
And we have the best babysitter called Nintendo Switch at the moment, right?
That's it.
Before you go any further, I can see questions are coming in. I can see that we have quite a lot of new people, and I just wanted to give heads up as to how to submit your script so that you can work on submitting those, because I know many of you are here for free jingles. If you would like to have your script recorded by either myself or Mike, head on over to mrc.fm/script. I will post that link in the comments in just a second for you as well. If you would like to have your script not just recorded but also produced, then Super Chat is the way. That's why you can see so many wonderful Super Chats are coming in. Those are people who would like their script recorded and then produced. Now, the way the show rolls, you have up until hour, so another 24 minutes to submit your scripts. After that point, we cut off. It's a cut-off time, because obviously otherwise we could be sitting here till tomorrow. And the very first thing we will do is record all the Super Chats. So don't worry if you won't hear your bit there. It's just the Super Chats first. Then Mike will go ahead and produce those Super Chats, showing you how to produce audio along the way. So a fantastic way to actually learn a lot about audio production. And then at the very end, we will record everything else. So, so I hope that gives a good run to it. All the jingles will be available to download after the show has finished at mrc.fm/FJF. It's mrc.fm/FJF. If you have any questions, obviously ask in the comments. I know we have so many regulars there who are very, very helpful in replying. So please, help us along, obviously, as we go. And over to you, Mark.
Absolutely. So at this stage in the show, what I wanted to do is ask you what you're doing. If you work in radio, if you're a DJ, we have a lot of DJ clients who obviously go out and do club gigs and pub gigs. A lot of them are either closing around the world, or you're being strongly advised not to go to them, like we've been advised here in the UK presently. So how's that affecting you? If you're a podcaster, what's your situation like? Do you just carry on as usual? Particularly my friends in radio right now, I'd like to talk to you specifically. I know a lot of you are having to isolate or choosing to isolate. How is that working for you when you need to do your show? So obviously not going into a radio station, potentially doing it from home. And maybe I'll start this topic off. I'd love to see what you say in the chat. But my friend Dominic King from BBC Radio Kent here in the UK, let me just see if I can put this on the screen, is actually doing his show live now on Facebook. So this is a little bit of Dominic's show. Dominic does a show on Radio Kent, and he's doing it from, that is his home. That's his home studio. He's got a BBC Radio Kent banner behind him. He's got a microphone there. I think that is the Electro Voice RE20. Very nice choice of microphone for home broadcasting. And so Dominic is doing his show for the BBC from home, and he's not the only one. So that's one thing I noticed on my Facebook feed just this week. But I'm just actually typing in a name of another friend that I have in radio. Let's see if I can find him. If not, here we go. Let's load his profile up. And I'm going to bring an image up on the screen to show you. Let's see here. Yes, here we go. And this is Michael Coombs from Wave 105.2 on the south coast of England in Bournemouth. And he's actually got a home studio there. There you go. See, he's got a Windows laptop. He's got a microphone there. Looks like a dynamic microphone with the Wave 105.2 FM logo mic kind of muff on top of it. And he also seems to have a box of Quality Street, Isabella. which is a nice addition. Essential,
right? Although you don't know what's inside. You see, it could be just disguise.
Yes, and
it could be disguise.
It could be disguise. And this is our home studio. We're broadcasting now from our home studio.
Look. I have a box disguise. You see.
Yes.
Tea is not there. Christmas tea is definitely not there.
It's a secret. I have secret boxes of chocolate. I've got stockpiles definitely of chocolate. But do let us know right now in the chat. And if you can actually, what I'd really like to encourage you to do is post on Instagram with the hashtag MRC Live. That's hashtag MRC Live, or if you like, hashtag Mr. Clive, and you can post a picture of your home setup if you've had to move your radio studio, or the radio station has told you, hey, broadcast from home now. First of all, I'd like to see a picture of your setup, please, on Instagram if possible, and I'd also like to know how is the technology working for you? So does your radio station or the place you work for, even if it's an internet station, online community station, do they have a technical way of you connecting to the studio? Are you voice tracking shows? Are you sending your links in? Do you have the playout software? Are you able to dial into it from home and do your show?
Yeah.
How about if you're a newscaster, like my friend Michael from Wave 105.2, I believe he does news there. So are you downloading and clipping all your audio clips and playing them out from home? How is that working for you? So I'd like to hear from you right now, in the chat or on Instagram with the hashtag MRC Live. If you do that, we'll see your Instagram posts, and we might actually show a few on this stream a little bit later on. So do get in touch. I can see many of you are actually reaching out already. Yeah. Like, for instance, Colin, who said, I'll hand over to you in just a moment, Isabella, did my show at Forest FM in Dorset from the studio this week, but I'm going to be moving to a home studio from this week. That's Colin, my friend Colin, who I worked with in Maidstone many years ago. Nice to see you, Colin, in the chat. Any chance of a lunch with Colin Wolf and Jingle? Of course. Where do you need to go to submit your Jingle scripts if you want something read out, Isabella?
I keep posting it in the comments. It's mrc.fm/script. And I just wanted to actually read out what Ian has written in the comments.
Yeah, and then come back to me because I've got more.
I will come back to you, but he says that all gigs are cancelled. So thinking that now it's time to start an online station. DJing is not my primary source of income, but mates of mine are taking strain because they are unemployed at the moment. And that's actually a reality for many DJs. So I guess the way to go is either to start a radio station, or actually there are like the Mixcloud and other places that enable you to do like your own mixes and gigs, so to speak, for people to listen to. I mean, nobody can go and go and enjoy the gig, so perhaps people will be looking to find the usual kind of DJs and entertainment just in the comfort of their own home, right?
Free Run Media Service wants to know the hashtag again. It's hashtag MRC Live. Stick your home studio setups or your coronavirus, studio setups over on Instagram. Or if you haven't got Insta, then just do it on Twitter or wherever. Yeah. Twitter or Instagram are probably best. What else have we got here? Michael Eunice, who's awesome. Love Michael Eunice. Mike Eunice, who's based in the US right now. Home studio using Skype for recording interviews. And my co-host Doey is Skyping in from her home studio. So I know, Michael, you do a lot of syndicated radio shows, so you're essentially adapting to broadcasting from home, and rather than seeing your co-host in person, clearly it's now Skype. So things like online streaming, online radio stations, this kind of stuff.
On me.
Yes, I was doing so many hand gestures to the camera, and they were all wasted.
And they're all wasted. And it's just my serious face going on, I've been reading your comments.
Serious face. Serious face. And Michael actually says, you guys look well and healthy. Please stay that way. Thank you, Mike, for your nice thoughts there. Hope you're all keeping well, says Sandy. Kathy says, contemplating whether to move the Life Care radio studio to home. At the moment, we're okay, but working on getting it home. And also Dean here says, hi Mike and Izzy, great to see you guys going strong. I'm currently self-isolating and will be presenting my FM radio shows from home. So it sounds like the technology is in place. I just love to know what tech you're using, really from a geeky perspective, interested in that, particularly if you're working for the BBC, if you're working for a broadcaster in the US or wherever it is, Australia, I mean all around the world. Things are going crazy, whether you're in India or Italy. Of course, we've had actually a plethora of emails from Italy over the last week, people asking for home studio setups. So I did a brief video actually the other week, not this week, the other week, sort of describing a basic setup, hoping to help people. But I know it's a sensitive subject at the moment, and the last thing we want to be doing is worrying about things and thinking, I have to buy more stuff and all of that, because it's kind of the last thing on our mind right now, Isabella.
Well, it is, and I think that we are all just, the initial reaction is just trying to kind of put your own life together and try to make sense of it. As in, it's like, how does it affect me? What do I do? And then, you kind of go through that phase of really, consuming a lot of media, consuming a lot of information. And then eventually things kind of slow down. Actually, somebody gave me a fantastic comparison to it. It's just, if you think about, say, all the wars we had in the past, or even, there are still some countries at war at the moment. And the initial reaction of an everyday person is it's a shock, right? We go through a shock and we go into this high alert mode of, so what do we do? How do we cope with this? And then after a while, that sort of subsides and we adapt to a new normal. But our bodies are not capable of operating on a high alert mode all the time. We would get really fatigued and really, really tired all the time. So eventually, we kind of adapt. So I think that this is this initial phase of 2-3 weeks of the high alert we are in at the moment. And I think eventually things will just slow down. We already see lots more jokes about it on Facebook, and people are just relaxing a little bit about it and coming to terms, and I think that will only get more. But before anything else, just a quick reminder, you have 14 minutes to be exact to submit your scripts. Head on over to mrc.fm/script. If you would like to have your script recorded by either myself or Mike today, that's the place to go. If you would like to have your script also produced, so not just recorded but also produced, then Super Chat is the way. You can see many Super Chats coming in as we go along. Those are when you want to have essentially a fully produced jingle. Very important, make sure to include the script for your Super Chat inside the body of the Super Chat. That's the only way we can get it and actually pick it up correctly on our end. And if you would like to have the jingles downloaded, I was just thinking there for a second, we will upload all of them at the end of the show, and they will be available at mrc.fm/FJF. But you have another 13 minutes, so make sure to think your script. Please submit just one script, once. We get them all. They are all neatly coming into a spreadsheet, so don't worry, they will come to us.
Roger Jackson says he's using Sam Broadcaster encoders and VDJ 2020 to do his broadcasting. A lot of people saying they're using Sam Broadcaster in the comments, just checking there. Also wanted to go back, Isabella, to your point just a second ago. You were saying about how we're dealing with this whole situation that's unfolding around the world right now. Like I say, we're a global audio family here. I always like to call us that. I really believe we are.
Absolutely.
And it's affecting everyone, no matter where you are in the world right now. And you mentioned something about like how we're dealing with this, how we're coming to terms with this. And I wanted to speak because, we're here for a bit of escapism, a bit of joy, a bit of jingle making and stuff. And soon we'll go into Adobe Audition. It'll be so much fun. But also you've heard the thing that mental health is so important right now.
Gosh.
And just yesterday myself, I had a bit of a wobbly afternoon. I have to admit it. Because I was sitting there and I was thinking, we've chosen to self-isolate earlier in the week, and now the schools are closed they will have closed by the end of today here in the UK, and we're kind of here at home and we're not going anywhere. And I just had this moment of, I can't suddenly just go out to the gym. I can't suddenly, that we had a date this time last Friday. We had a date. We went out and we had a little breakfast meal at our local cafe, and that's kind of like the last meal we'll have had for a little while. And I found this really hard to come to terms with. All my friends that I get to see, go for walks, go for runs, just be out and about, meet up for a cup of tea or whatever. And I thought, that's not going to happen for a long time. And it's not the same on Skype. It's not the same on Zoom. It's not the same online. You just don't get the same human connection, do you? And it's like I had a wobbly afternoon, and I was like, oh my goodness. And it was getting real, and I was staring out the window, and it's like I just felt kind of like I was in a Hollywood movie, and I was like, what on earth is going on right now? And I felt a bit down, actually.
Yeah, no, and I can totally understand that, and I think that many of us will go through it. I think that the main thing to understand is that's not just you, as in, it doesn't mean something is wrong with you. It doesn't mean that you are in any way weaker or anything like that. It's just such a normal human reaction, and I think that we all need to really understand that. We will have challenging times ahead. As you say, just simple things like, this has been actually hitting me a little bit today. I was just thinking little things like I'm walking into the garden, I'm looking like, I could do with a few more primroses to put in, in those borders in our garden.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, I can't. I can't go out. And it's those little things that like tiny, tiny little seemingly irrelevant things that hit you. And then you're just like, oh, but I can't do it the same way I used to do. And I think it will just take time. And I think that more important now than ever before, it's so important that we have networks of people around us to talk to, jump on a FaceTime, have a Skype call. Just like, don't try to buckle it up alone, essentially.
Absolutely. Really, really good words, Isabella.
Yeah.
We've got to the 10 minutes to go mark. 10 minutes to get your lovely scripts in. So you can do that via the form, mrc.fm/script.
Yeah.
Right? mrc.fm/script. That's if you want something free. Or if you'd like something produced, then just make sure you're watching us on YouTube at youtube.com/musicradiocreative. There in the chat box, you get a little $ icon, which is the super chat icon. It's only available in some regions, not all regions. So many of you, actually, I would say more than usual, have been supporting us this week, which I'm absolutely blown away by. Because I would have thought people's minds would be elsewhere, but you've chosen to come in and watch this right now for a reason. You're here for a reason, and we're really happy to serve you with fully produced jingles. If you make a super chat contribution, it can be anything, whatever you can afford right now, and we'll actually go ahead and produce. But anyone is entitled to free jingles. So if you really need a free voiceover, anything right now, if you're in this sort of worldwide emergency situation, if there's a voiceover you need right now for a specific purpose, we're here to help with that, as we always are, but now more than ever, I would say.
Absolutely. Just fully echoing what you just said.
And Leron's in the chat from vidIQ. Hey. Nice to see you, Leron. And he says, I hope there's going to be some serious dancing today. Actually, we've got we'll cut to this bird's eye camera because we've got an amazing dance track coming up. Leron is ahead of the game with the licked track of the week, which is my choice. It's a great piece of EDM music. It's kind of right up my street, and I really think you're going to like that. And we'll play that in about 8 minutes, Isabella. The licked track of the week.
Yeah, that's it. That's good. I really look forward to it. That's a really cool segment of ours. I hope we won't forget today. We kind of...
No. Leron has actually kindly reminded. So thank you, Leron, for showing up in the chat and just saying about the track, which keeps us on the ball. Liam is actually saying, I have the same microphone boom arm as you. At Isabella Russell, only just got it, and awesome. Yeah, there's a bit of a debate here whether you like the Blue Compass, which is this lovely sleek piece of metal here.
No, I will say it's like I've worked on both, and I just want to say that this by far is the best, and
they both cost about the same. You've got there's the bird's eye view. You can see that's it's a little bit more sort of like it doesn't look as nice as this, but it's more flexible, and that is the Rode PSA 1, I want to say, right? Rode PSA 1. It is the Rode PSA 1.
Might be.
Checking there. I don't think it's on the label, but
I don't think it is.
It's amazing, and the super chats keep coming in, so thank you. Most recently, Dave Radio Litchfield, Bonnie as well, for getting your super chats in. Anything you do there with a script inside the super chat box will be produced into a fully fledged jingle today, Isabella.
Absolutely, and you've got 7 minutes to go. But just going back on that topic, I just want to say that the one that I got in here,
the arm,
this one here.
What arm? My arm?
No, my arm. My arm.
Oh, your metallic arm.
This one.
That one there. Nice.
That's the one to get. I mean, seriously, I know the other one you've got is working for you really, really well. For me, it just didn't work.
Yeah.
It's funny. It's like we just couldn't make it to work on my desk.
That's okay.
But this one just proved to be more flexible. So
that's all right.
If you want more flexibility in your arm. Yes. But I've also seen there are a couple of questions about the best microphones to get. I've seen the question came up over and over. I can't find the original posting now.
Best microphones, for a home studio,
I presume
maybe?
So,
home
yes.
studio?
So for a home studio, best
I did put it out on the video that I did on the YouTube channel.
No, that's cool. But I thought that we can just maybe discuss a little bit.
Okay.
Can we discuss
or
not?
Do so.
No?
Let's do it.
Good.
Let's do it. Let's talk mics.
Let's talk
mics.
First of all, there is one microphone that I think is great to mention, and I know we've done quite a comprehensive review of it again on YouTube channel. But for people who kind of really want a temporary setup, they don't want to invest in, the mixing desk. They just want to have a microphone. The AKG Lyra was a really good USB mic. For a USB microphone, that was a really good microphone.
Oh, wow.
Do you not remember that?
Sorry, I wasn't listening.
Were not listening.
I was
totally
actually looking.
Not listening
I was looking at some stuff that people have put on Instagram of home studios using our hashtag.
What was the hashtag you've sorry?
Hashtag MRC Live. I'm actually, if I may, but no, you carry on with your thought point there, and then if I may, I'll show a couple of contributions we've had. But you carry on with what you were saying.
Because I was looking at gosh, that's really cool. Yeah.
I will show, but first of all, please,
show.
What were you saying about AKG or something?
Just wanted to say about the AKG Lyra, but I was kind of asking your opinion. That it is a really good USB microphone. Obviously, if you really must have a USB microphone.
Oh yeah, the Lyra. Yeah, I highly recommend the Lyra. Yes.
But obviously then after that, there are so many. I must say, I really love the AKG I am on. I know we are very AKG centric, but that's the P420.
P420.
I think that the one I'm on, it's actually very affordable.
It's a nice mic. It's about $200, and if you want to spend $99, the AKG P120 is a good choice. And I've got the C414 XL2, which is one of the famous vocalist mics. Really, really good sound. But I did want to cut over to Instagram for a second because we've been asking for your home studio setups and things like that, and let's see if I can get it on the screen. So yes, over here we've had an Instagram from Toystad at Toystad on Instagram, and Toystad says, this is my small home studio, uploading to radio.co, or also doing live shows as well. And there you can see he's got the headphones, the microphone, audio interface going on there, a bit of a MacBook going on, bag of crisps, and seemingly quite a nice view out there, some grass, something to look at while you're broadcasting as well. So we like that, Toystad. And here's just one more for the moment from the Social Hotelier, who's just sent this in about 8 minutes ago, saying, recording a podcast at the Social Hotelier show. Great to see you, and thank you so much for submitting there on Instagram. If you have a home studio set up, or you've had to move to one, you're a podcaster, you're a DJ, maybe doing your set from home, take a quick snap, whack it up on Instagram, and use the hashtag MRC Live. That's hashtag Mr. Clive or hashtag MRC Live, whatever you prefer, and we will see it, and we may even feature it, Isabella.
Yes, absolutely. Really good. I really love those. I was just looking at them.
Yeah, there's quite a few coming in. It's really nice to see that, and we'd love to see more of your setups. Now, we'll get to that licked track of the week in just a moment. I don't know if at this stage there's anything more to mention. You see any more comments that you wanted to shout out about home studio setups or changes in life situation or anything like that?
And I've just kind of been looking just managing the super chats that are coming in. But just wanted to add, actually, on the price. You said $200. It's actually not. It's £100, $144 for that AKG I'm on at the moment.
It used to be $199, so
there
it must
you go.
have gone down. It's even better now,
Yeah. So just to clarify on that.
Okie dokie. Cool. Anything else you got to say?
We've got 2 minutes left, so if you haven't already, head on over to mrc.fm/script. You have the whole 2 minutes to submit your script, or submit your super chat, which I think we will be quite busy with today, by the way. All the scripts, all the jingles will be available at the end of the show at mrc.fm/FJF. We are going to record all the super chats first, and then Mike will produce them. Fantastic part of the show where you can learn a lot about audio production, and at the very end we will record everything else. I think that sums it up.
Ovia said, what a studio you have at home! Exclamation mark. Yeah. Very cool. So there you go. Just another comment coming in there. Willie D's there. Have a good show, guys. Nice to see you, Willie D.
Hey.
And lots of other stuff. A lot of people asking for COVID-19 related scripts and bits today. So we're more than happy to do that stuff for you guys on Free Jingle Friday today. But now I think it is time, Isabella, to talk about Metric, who's actually an English producer chosen from our catalogue in Licked. Would you like to know about who Metric is?
Yes, please.
Well, Metric's real name is actually Tom, and he's from London here in the UK. And I listened to this track. He's actually signed to Hospital Records and has been producing since around 2007, which is the year we met, Isabella.
Wow.
It's amazing.
Gosh, the time flies by, doesn't it?
Yeah, so he's kind of, a dubstep, drum and bass house producer. And we actually came across him, Isabella, on Licked. Now, if you've never heard of Licked, it's an absolutely fantastic service. Let me show you on the screen just over here. This is Licked. I've spoken about this before in previous streams. You've also seen me talk about this in some of my videos as well. They are really good. They're fighting the fight to help digital creators like us, and there's probably a few more of us this week doing live streams and extra bits and extra radio shows. They're helping us get tracks licensed, popular chart music licensed to use on our YouTube videos. And as aside from that, you can also go ahead and publish it on Facebook and Instagram, and you will not get copyright claims against your content that you put out online. This is very important, and Licked are doing this for us. They have a growing catalogue of fantastic chart and pop music, rock music, dance music, every genre. I mentioned those genres because I like them, but they've got everything else that you can imagine, from instrumentals to classical to jazz to R&B to hip hop to rap, you name it. It's all going in there, and it's growing every week. And they're penning deals with record labels. Essentially, they're doing a brilliant job of going to the record labels and saying, hey, there's a whole bunch of creators who would like to use your music. Can you somehow make this possible? Now, how do they do it? Well, they charge a fee for you to license each track. So if you wanted to license like John Newman, Love Me Again, you just click license and it throws up, okay, standard license is £6. Now, how does it work out that £6 is the price you pay to use that track in one of your pieces of online content? Well, it's sorry, cut to Isabella. I don't know why I did that. It's a very simple thing. So how much, if you actually scroll on their website here, which by the way, we'll put the link in the chat, mrc.fm/licked, mrc.fm/licked, and if you sign up using our link, you get your first track free, by the way, so please go and do that. So you can find out more. Click show pricing. It will show you all the different pricing depending on how many views you get per video. Most of us are going to pay about $8 or £6 per video, and it goes up the bigger your channel gets, essentially. And the best way to actually find out is to use our link, mrc.fm/licked. Sign up to this service by connecting your YouTube channel, and then it's going to tell you the moment you click license how much you need to pay to license a track. Isabella, looks like you had something to add in there.
I just wanted to say that the script submissions are closed. Sorry, wanted to say that because Super Chats started to come in one after another.
Yeah, let's stop now.
Wanted to make sure to say that. But no, just want to really, really encourage, going back into Licked, I want to encourage users and content creators to use that service, because I think that over the long time, it's genuinely going to do a great service to us creators. And it's a fantastic way for us to show big companies, big record labels, that actually combined individual content creators have a big power, and they are important as the big brands that usually would pay thousands of pounds to get a video sponsoring the latest Nike, knickers and whatever else, right? So very, very important. Just go ahead to mrc.fm/licked, LICKD, and get your first track for free. It doesn't cost you anything. Just go ahead, license the first track, use it in your YouTube video, a Facebook video, or a little snippet for Twitter or whatever else there.
Yes.
But license that first track, because that just essentially gives the company, the Licked, to a push and power to go back
to say that you want to use it.
More really good music.
Some good questions, actually. I can see Licked are in the chat right now. Have we missed the song choice this week? Not yet. We're just about to play it. And that also means that Licked are in the chat. So if you have any questions about the service, you can ask them directly in the chat, and you'll get an answer. Dance FM Live has actually said, but if you've got a PRS license, you don't need to license again, do you? Dance FM, that's something slightly different. So I assume by your name, you're an online radio station, and whether you're online or whether you broadcast, PRS is based in the UK. Radio stations and online stations are a bit different. You pay PRS, and that's how the music royalties are paid. But we're talking about online creators here, Isabella.
Correct. And I just wanted to say, I don't think PRS license will cover you to use that music on YouTube. It will not. So you will get flagged up for copyright claim. And so it's a different thing. It is for you to put promotional content on YouTube, which by the way, radio stations can do as well, because it's like you can create a promo video for the station and put it on YouTube and then have that properly licensed on there. But scripts are now closed. Please no more. We should play the jingle, Mike. I think it's a jingle.
Oh, we should play a jingle.
Or it could be that people just want to keep us here for, like, you know.
Let's play the jingle. I think we've actually forgotten about all our cool jingles, so we better have a bit of a jingle fest now. This is one of my favourite new jingles. Let's play it now. We are
live from our studios on the Isle of Wight. Free Jingle Friday.
We're still here on the Isle of Wight. Oh, and
Mike and Dizzy are live right.
Oh, you look so serious when he was singing that.
Sorry.
And we actually debuted that jingle on our 80s week, which was a couple of weeks ago.
That was really, really good.
But anyway, we should play the Licked track of the week. Woo-hoo! So mrc.fm/licked. Connect your YouTube channel.
Connect your YouTube.
Here it is.
It's a new social network by
YouTube,
Mike.
and you'll get your first track free. I actually loaded it into Adobe Audition here. Metric Gravity. I actually spotted this on the Lick website. It's under there, just added. So this one's recently gone on. Gravity by Metric. I'm definitely going to be rocking out to this. So there's a picture of Metric. His real name is Tom. He's from London in the UK, and he produces great tracks. This is just right up my alley. This is my kind of music. Really hope you're going to enjoy this as much as I enjoyed playing it at high volume over the last week. Here it is, Gravity on MRC Live. Why so serious? Why the serious look again? All right, let's do it. Dance, hands in the air to this one.
We slip away, yeah, like gravity divine. We're falling through the light.
Hands in the air.
We slip away, yeah, like gravity divine. We're falling through the light.
Get ready, because you know it's coming. You know that drop's coming. Come on. Bring it on. Oh, the build up. Here we go. Go mental. I want you to go mental. Idea. Dave Gregson, hands in the air. Come on. Bring it again. Bring it back. Scratching your face. Oh, this is the slow bit. Yay. Bring it on. Rave party, Safety FM. Dancing Scott Foster. Lazy Aviator. Hey. Alexander, don't get tangled in your headphone cord. Oh. Woohoo! Here we go. Bring it back. Let's do it again. I think Isabella's tangled in her headphone cord. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. in there. Great song. Student FM. One more time! Throw them up! Go on, throw them up as high as I can see them. If you're isolating now, you need the exercise. Do it. Go mental! Just go mental for the last bit. Come on! And relax.
That was an exercise.
Lie down on the floor, spread your hands out, butterfly position. Warrior, sun salutation. Deep breaths now, in and out. That's it, Isabella. In, out. And I want you to close your eyes now. Close your eyes.
Nice.
And I want you to just let yourself float away. I want you just to go into your breath now. Breathe in and out. And then just connect with the floor. Connect with the earth. With Mother Earth, with Gaia. That's it. Pretend you're melting into the planet. That's it.
I think I could listen to you all day long.
And relax. Yeah, maybe we should do some yoga or meditation tapes, Isabella. There's an idea. Huh?
Yeah, there you go. Do you know? I really think I could listen to you. Like that voice you just did there. I was like, oh, wow, this is really cool. This is really, really like really cool stuff. So,
thank you, Bonnie D'Souza. You must have burned 1,000 calories there. Yeah. My Fitbit will have gone mental. I wonder what my Fitbit will say about that. Well, we got Lazy Aviator as well. This isn't Discord. No wonder I keep tuning in. You guys are a couple of goofballs, says Michael. Thanks for the yoga, says Student FM. Fascinating, says Alison. That's just what the world needs right now. Vince 1955. Nice moves, Mike. And Isabella. You like Isabella's yoga pose at the end was pretty awesome. Mike the therapist. Actually,
maybe that should be another character. We should give him a name, Mike the therapist. Hang on.
Yes.
Hang on. What could be the name for the therapist? We've got Mr. Clive.
ASMR channel by Mike Russell.
Hang on.
The force is strong. I just love these comments just blowing me off the end here. So that was the licked track of the week. It's called Gravity, because let's face it, with the global audio family, we're all connected to this big rock which is flying through space at the moment, and it's actually insane to think, like, if you get the chance to just switch off all the lights and look up into the sky tonight, and it's a clear night, and you see the Milky Way, and maybe you see a nebula, and maybe you see a planet out there somewhere else, in the far reaches, maybe you'll see Jupiter tonight or Mars, depending on where you are, and you just think, is this really it? Is it just us right now here on this planet?
And then you can go and watch Lost in Space on Netflix, and everything will be explained. So there you go.
That is it. Actually, I was reading an interesting article. We will get down to the production in a minute. I know people are waiting for it. Interesting article that apparently Netflix are going to just lower. It was on the BBC that they're going to lower the speed, the speed or something like the amount of bandwidth it takes to stream, because so many people are doing it at the moment. But
yeah, I know. That's kind of a little bit of like, what?
Yeah.
Get off Netflix, people!
Yes, indeed. Or Mr. Clive, the therapist. Should we do some meditation with Mr. Clive?
Oh, go on.
Okay, I want you all to just lie down on the floor and stiff up a lip and... Yes.
Yeah, no, I don't think he'd be a very good therapist.
No, and I think he would have many bodily sounds that would come out in the process too.
he's quite mature in age, from what I understand.
That's it. Yeah, that's it. So.
That's it. So wow, what a...
Oh dear, we've got. You've got like 50 super chats to get through. Hello.
Okay. It's going to be a long show. Before I just want to say, before I get into doing any more of these things, because we've been asking for our live viewers to to Instagram us with their home studio setups. Well, you haven't been letting us down. I wanted to feature a couple more, if I may, Isabella.
Go ahead.
Okay, so it's been brilliant. You have been using the hashtag MRC Live. And by the way, don't just use it during the show. If you fancy like putting something up for us to see after, we'll still see it. We watch that hashtag regularly on Instagram.
Absolutely.
Or if you're watching the replay and you just want to join in, hashtag MRC Live. You can also go and search that hashtag inside Instagram and see everyone else's post after the show. So let's just go here. And here's one. This came in just 11 minutes ago from Irish Tourist Radio, and that's the picture of Irish Tourist Radio's home studio. There you go. I like the fact that you actually you got the MRC live stream going on in full screen there, which is very nice. Looks like you've got like a nice keyboard and mouse there. It's that Logitech. You've got the Zoom H4n, it seems, microphone connected to a boom, which is very nice. Nice little lamp there, notepad, and other bits. So thank you, Irish Tourist Radio, for that one.
That's
and just one more for the moment. This one looks good. This one's from Ronald, whose Instagram name is Free Run Media. This is my home studio for Radio 251 and Productions, containing an old mixing desk from Ela Audio. Look at that one.
That's really cool, right?
Yeah, actually, I got to say, and I like the studio monitors are mounted up in the corners of the room there. It seems like you got the cork tiles with the foam pads on, and I have to say, actually, that Ela Audio mixing desk looks very much like a radio station mixing desk. I've used many desks that look similar to that. I'm trying to remember the name. When I used to work for the Capital Radio Group back in the early 2000s, they had a certain type of desk, and every radio station had them. Also, another group of radio stations I worked at had the Alice Air desks. Don't know if anyone remembers. Does anyone remember Alice Air watching this now? I don't think they're in existence anymore, but the Alice Air 2000, Isabella, was like the gold standard of mixing desk. It was so awesome. They had like all the cool faders, and they were all different colors, and you had buttons on and off, and you could back in the day when they had vinyl, when I was at Hospital Radio, you could actually play the vinyl by hitting a button on the desk, and it was connected to the microphone and the mic live and all of that, and you had the on-air buttons and stuff, and the delay and the dump for talk radio and stuff. Alice Air 2000. Just wondering in the chat right now, does anyone remember Alice Air 2000 desks? What do you think about that, Isabella?
There you go.
Oh, and I just wanted to show one more thing, because we've had this in the inbox from Michael Suhovsky, who I know is watching right now. He submitted a few photos of him with MRC swag on display. This is his coffee or tea mug here in front of his Mac, full of tea. Again, we're not doing this to promote that we have merch. It's just simply the fact that Michael sent them in and I thought it would be really cool to feature. So Michael sent that. He's also turned it around there. It looks like a bit of a coffee stain on the side there, Michael. And do you like it milky? You like it milky? I think you do. And there he is. There's Michael in his MRC hoodie, which is awesome, Isabella.
That is really, really awesome. And actually, just to say, I know, because obviously that's you are showing the merch. Actually, just on that front, there will be some new stuff coming in. We are actually working with one of the most amazing designers we've ever worked with. He's been doing amazing stuff for MRC ever since.
Good stuff
I want to
coming.
say, what year was that? We started to first.
Oh my goodness, 2015, maybe 5 years now. Yeah, it's been a while.
Cool. So so quite a long time. But Sanjin, he's just a fantastic designer, and we're just working on some new designs for the mugs and t-shirts. So hold your fire.
And I just want to say, people, I'm not the only one here. Student FM have mentioned Studer. It wasn't Studer, but they're a good brand. They're actually part of Harman, I believe. I remember Alice Mixer, says Mel. Donna Air, says Dave. Yes, in Highbury College in Cosham, they had an Alice Air 2000. Brilliant mixing desk. Safety FM, Jay remembers Alice Soundtech 2000. Station Inspector says Alice is my nan. And another one who says Alice, who the... Oh, yeah, we can't go any further than that. Who the... Is Alice, yeah.
Oh, hang on, there is more. Actually, I'm just going to pass it over to you via our help desk. There are some nice pictures from Alex from Greece. So,
ooh, do you want me to go and grab them and have a look now, or
you can do if you like? Yeah.
Okay. Well, you keep talking. I'll log in and see if I can download them.
Yeah. No, that's good. I think that we've got quite a record number of super chats today to get through, and we've got quite a few regular scripts as well. So thank you for all of those submissions, and we will be recording them just very, very shortly.
Oh, yeah. So I just got the help desk. Let's see if I can pop this up on the screen. I don't know. The thumbnail is a bit small there. But yeah, is that Alex, did you say? Has emailed emailed into us. This is our help desk here with the Contact Radio Studio. Looks really neat, actually, Alex. What is that desk you're using there? That looks like a beast of a desk. I want to know what that is. I don't recognize it. There's a microphone there with a pop shield in front, some phone behind you. So, yeah, what is really interesting at this present time and situation we're in is just seeing all those home setups you got going on, right?
Yeah,
pretty cool.
Absolutely. No, absolutely. So, yeah, if you wanted to share your home setup, simply use a hashtag MRC Live on Instagram. MRC Live on Instagram, and we will pick it up, which will be fantastic. But I think we should get on to record some jingles today. What do you think?
Yes. I'm still reading about the Alice Airs. Yeah, they're so funny.
Bless you.
People remember Alice Air.
Bless you.
Right. Okay.
All right.
Here we go. Adobe Audition. Arm to record. There we go. We're all ready. Let's go into starting with the super chats. And you're right. There are 50 super chats. That's insane. You guys are amazing as always on the MRC live stream. So we're going to get through these with vigor and gusto.
Hang on. Don't break don't break anything.
I'm not breaking anything. So we're going to start from the start and work our way through these super chats.
I guess.
So I'll hit record. Let's just see if this works. Oh, it's recording, I think. Let's zoom in. Hello, Boo.
Hello, Boo to you too.
Yes, it's definitely working.
Good.
All right, so I've got the scripts here with all the super chats, and we're starting out with, let's start with me, shall we? Mm-hmm. High-Low Radio, now in Farming Sim. Listen to us while you farm.
Welcome to Safety FM's virtual town hall. It's for both you and I, so you did that for a second.
Here is our moderator for the event, the host of the Jay Allen Show and Rated R Safety Show, and creator of Safety FM,
Dr. Jay Allen. Please welcome the nationally known speaker and host of the Essential Leadership Cycle podcast, Rob Fisher. Please welcome the host of the X Factor of Safety, Please welcome the host of the X Factor of Safety, Pedro Maciel. Pedro Maciel? I hope that's okay.
If not, let us know.
Yes.
Please welcome the nerd, the Hope nerd, Samuel Goodman.
Please welcome the host of the Safety Consultant podcast, Sheldon Primus. Here is a message from our in-house safety pro, Blaine J. Hoffman.
Hoffman, I think.
Here is a message from our in-house safety pro, Blaine J. Hoffman.
Please welcome the host of Insight into Your Safety Culture, Dr. Tim Ludwig. I'll do this one. Spinning you round like a record. It must be Pop in the 80s.
We all need heroes. Please welcome the Safety Justice League.
Please welcome Dustin Anderson from HGTV's Fixer Upper to the Safety FM Town Hall.
Welcome to the author of the Pre-Accident Investigation and host of the Pre-Accident Investigation and known speaker, the one, the only, Dr. Todd Conklin.
Ramsbottom, Edenfield, Holcombe Brook, Tottingham, Tottington, Rawtenstall, and Bury. This is East Lancs Radio with Chris Cook.
Is it not Bury?
Bury.
Okay. Thank you for attending Safety FM's virtual town hall.
For more information, go to safety-fm.com.
Another extra long mix starts now, with at least 6 songs in a row and 0 commercials, with Kenny on Ziggy Radio.
The best country, bluegrass, and Americana, only on Nashville Legends.
Crunchy FM, your isolation station. Oh, it's for me. Welcome to the Heidi and Eric Show. Heidi runs the mic and Eric runs the tunes. your favorite hosts on your favorite station. Here they are.
Radio Jeebus, live and in the mix.
If you thought you are a better DJ, wait until you hear DJ P Ranks in action. Quincy Jam, live in the mix.
OMG, DJ Danielson is mixing another miracle.
All the music you want, all the music you need, right here with Nick Shaw on Ambron Radio International.
Hello from Texas. Oh, okay. Labeling news. What's happening in the world of labeling? Product, coding, and packaging.
No, it's product coding.
Okay. Labeling news. What's happening in the world of labeling, product coding, and packaging?
You're listening to the Soulful House Chart.
Stand by, your request hit song is coming up only here at your playlist special with DJ Black Shadow.
This is a demo by Your Score.
This is a good one. To all the frontline NHS staff, lorry drivers, shop assistants, teachers, and all emergency services staff who are keeping the UK moving, a massive thank you from East Lancs Radio and listeners. Oh, another one for me. Get ready for 60 minutes of non-stop club classics from the party decade. Asa Ben is in the mix with a full hour of the biggest dance anthems right here on Mixcloud. This is Back to the 90s.
The script makes little sense, I think. Many DJ nowadays. Very few do it like DJ Nelson. So get ready to have a great time with the best music. Now here he comes. 3, 2, 1.
You're listening to The Mix Show with DJ Andy Coop. Turn up that volume. This is Dance FM Live. Here's a sizzler with Bonnie D'Souza on Radio DJ.
It's New Music Friday, playing the best in new music releases from all over the world, right here from 2 p.m. Fridays.
JFT Promotions. We supply everything for that special boxing event. That's JFT Promotions for all your boxing needs.
Real bass, real beats, real DJs, and sometimes we talk real rubbish. You're listening to The Real Thing live from Cape Town, South Africa.
From the heart of Stockholm to your speakers, this is Radio DJ with the hottest club hits today.
Welcome at Studio Franken. Welcome at Studio Franken, my own and personal view on education, health, politics, and the world. And now your host.
It's The Real Thing, a radio signal from another world. There may be a shortage of hand sanitizer and toilet paper, but there's no shortage of blind cafe radio.
You will never know what we will play next, but we can tell you. You will never know what we will play next, but we can tell you it definitely won't be this. Crunchy FM.
Through the screaming kids and barking dogs from homes around Melbourne. This is the Insights Podcast.
Sorry. Did you want to redo?
I was just wondering the way I said Melbourne. I might just do it again. Through the screaming kids and barking dogs from homes around Melbourne. This is the Insights Podcast.
To all reggae lovers, DJ Nelson brings you a special mix filled with great hits and most requested songs for your enjoyment.
Media 7, Media Perfection.
Bonnie D'Souza, blowing off the roof of the house.
The Everyman Radio Podcast interview with Sonia at Jump Ship Brewery. Beautiful, alcohol-free beer.
Wishing you all well from Suhovsky Enterprise.
Welcome to another Miracle of Radio Jeebus, where we will bring you the best mixes from around the globe. And now, it's time to dance your feet off on the beats of DJ Danielson.
Oz Sports Radio, your weekly Aussie Rules podcast with Ollie and Jess. Each Tuesday at 6 p.m, interviews, results and interviews. The lighter side of Aussie Rules.
Wow, wow, wow.
Yay.
Mind getting dizzy, a life right.
Yeah, you better believe it.
So funny as we are reading.
On. Fine, don't worry. Sometimes to a gym or anything like that. Back to you while I just do my stuff.
Yeah, do your stuff. No, just kind of recap as to what's going to happen next. So the very next thing is my other jingles submitted. So if you haven't had your jingle yet, don't worry, it's coming.
Exactly.
It's coming to you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, are you doing okay?
Yeah, still doing some little bits here. Yeah, you
that's
just crack on.
Yeah, the buffering. I know what it is. It's like everybody is sitting there watching Netflix, YouTube.
Yes.
And the internet is going down, eaten down by the coronavirus. That's
Yes.
what it is.
Indeed.
I reckon that at the end of this, we will have to have like bigger internet pipes out there. So,
We will. I think we're stable now from what I can see from my end. So yeah, just in case you missed that and you just come back in because you had to refresh. Just really curious, like if you're in isolation or if you can't leave or if you're in lockdown or whatever it is right now, what are you doing to keep fit? I literally, just before this reached its peak, I just signed up to a new gym here on the Isle of Wight and I was so proud about it. I was like, yes, I'm going to the gym again. I'm doing these classes. I'm working out. You know, there's lots of us and we're all getting fit. And then suddenly back in the house again. Now, we've got a treadmill, so we're fortunate to have that. So, you know, I can go nuts on the treadmill if I want in the morning, stick on some good EDM or trance music and just let it rock. But yeah, I'm just really curious if you have any good recommendations for online gyms or classes or apps that you join in with. Just let me know. Really, really curious. Back to you, Iz, while I just save this out.
yeah, no. Pop Unlimited says, I'm thinking of getting an exercise bike, exercise bike.
Yeah, cool.
I like
cool idea.
that idea. We have a treadmill and I do a yoga every other day and run sort of like kind of, you know, you do.
What are you using to do yoga? How are you doing that?
I have an app called Daily Yoga and
Is it
I've
good?
been using it for 1.5 years now.
Wow.
And I absolutely love it. I've been using it for a very long time. It's got a lot of classes and you can kind of get different lengths and do it at the comfort of your own home. But I am thinking actually now that because usually obviously there is extra movement involved in doing the school runs, you know, you get that little bit of
You get
extra
your
walk.
steps.
And I'm just thinking I am probably not going to be getting my steps now, as in I should probably level it up. I can't just continue doing what I've been doing. I need to do more. That's kind of on my mind at the moment.
You probably need to be doing more cardio, right? So that might be like hopping on the treadmill a bit more often, things like that. But anything that will get you moving. Actually, I heard some really good suggestions coming in. Go to Orange Theory Fitness YouTube for a great home workout, says Scott. Hans says, we teach yoga. Lifting up toilet rolls. That's a good one, Sweegus. Thank you very much. Just binge watch Game of Thrones. I don't know how that would be healthy. But how's your yoga going for you? Is so like you said you've been doing it a year and a half.
Yeah.
Like I just have to admit because I'm trying different things at the moment. I've been doing a lot of so one of my favorite classes that I done in the gym quite a few times is a class called Body Combat. It's brilliant. It's made by Les Mills. They've been going for about 20 years. They're from New Zealand and they do all kinds of different classes. Body Combat is brilliant. It mixes a bit of karate with taekwondo, with all of that, and it's totally non sort of contact, so you can basically do it in your own home kind of thing. So that's something I've done a lot, and I get a lot out of that myself. It improves my self-confidence and just my general ability to sweat, which I guess is a good thing. But I'm looking for other things. I tried a bit of yoga this morning, and I thought, I'm so not flexible after doing yoga. How about you? How's your flexibility now?
It's good actually. I would say it takes a while. It's just a persistence game and it's not something you can develop overnight. But yeah, I can do like a really good downward dog and I can do the, you know, forward fold and stuff like that. It's kind of like, but it takes a while. So yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, lots of good suggestions actually coming in the comments. So
yeah, maybe maybe we should find something together, like so we can do it together every day. You know, it's like I'm probably not into the combat stuff, but maybe something. Actually, somebody just recommended try Tai Chi. Maybe there's like a TV stuff for Tai Chi. Maybe we could do like Tai Chi together or something like that.
I know nothing about Tai Chi, so I'm stereotyping here. But isn't that the very soft and gentle one?
Yeah, that's quite cool. Yeah, it's the, but sometimes you just need that. It's still movement and it kind of connects your body, brain and everything else together. And, it's all that cool stuff.
A lot of good suggestions coming in the chat. Thank you. Keep them coming in.
Yeah.
We will read your comments and check them out.
There is a cool question from Hans. I have a question to Mike. Are you famous? Are you famous, Mike?
Not really, no.
He's just pretending. He's just pretending. Ignore.
So there you go. Do not be intimidated or alarmed.
No. Sarah is asking, how often do you do these free Jingle Fridays? Every Friday, Sarah. That's the fantastic news. Every single Friday we're here. Providing no big emergency occurs, we're here. Even though coronavirus is taking over the world, we are still here. So you can see that it takes a lot to take us out, right?
Yes, that's it. No, we're still here. We're like, well, still, I want to say it right now, we'll be streaming in this studio until the end of the world.
Yeah.
So, whatever happens, we'll just, hunker down inside the studio. As long as the internet still works and I can press go live, then we'll be doing it this time every Friday, essentially, right?
There you go, yes. Hans says that's a shame. Otherwise, they would put you on a Dancing with the Stars. Opportunity missed.
Dancing with the Stars.
There you go. I think that that would be quite interesting.
Need to go on a reality TV show. Then I'll be famous.
Then you'll be famous.
Then I'll be
then
famous.
You'll be famous. Yeah.
Yeah.
Student FM says just a walk in the forest. That's true, but when you have a lockdown, that's not necessarily practical. We are very fortunate to live in a relatively rural areas, but not many people are.
Absolutely.
We can still get away with a little walk in the forest, but at the same time, we want to remain kind of considerate to everybody else. It's like, in the UK, I know everywhere is different, but in the UK they say just follow what they are telling you to do because it's for everybody's good. And it's like, it could seem like it's just a walk in the forest, but what if you catch it from somebody else, then bring it home and give it to your kids and everything. Our daughter is type 1 diabetic, so we want to be extra careful, obviously for her sake, and just keep her safe.
But let's not speculate or on how you could catch it or whatever, because we just don't know. We're not medically trained. We're not scientists. So just listen to the advice of your local medical facility or government or country or whatever. Don't listen to us because we don't know anything about it.
We don't know anything. It's like, why are you listening to us? Honestly,
we don't know anything. All we know is what we read in the news. So it's like, just listen to your local medical outlet or your government or anything else apart from us.
That's it. That's exactly
obviously, tune into us for jingles. Yeah.
That's it.
Okay, right. Let's go into audition and let's go in here and bring the first jingle into play. Let's have a listen.
All right, so
oh my goodness. Okay, that's
loud.
That was a bit loud to start with, and we'll bring this back in. And
all right, so I've got the script here with all the super chat.
Okay, so that must be the first script here.
Halo Radio, now in Farming Sim. Start listen to us while you farm.
Oh, that's cool. I noticed actually Jay from Safety FM dropped a lot of super chats today, so thank you so much for that, Jay.
Yeah.
Really excited to get onto your jingles. Right, let's get started with this one, and let's bring in some sound effects. So I'm going to look for a drone to get started on this one. Let's go for Stutter Drone, and I'll drop that in here on sound effects. See what we got going on. Right, let's get started on this. This is going to be our first jingle of Free Jingle Friday.
High-low radio.
Oh, that needs a little bit of time to establish there.
High-low.
No, a little bit less.
High-low radio, now in Farming Sim. Start listen to us while you farm.
Okay, and then we'll drop in a few extra bits here just to break this out a bit. So I'm going to pull that in, and actually I'm going to separate that. So we'll do that and that. We'll pop that there and that there, so that will go there, and this is going to come down here. That's going to go up there, and then that is going to go down there, and that's going to go like that. So we got
High-low radio, now in Farming Sim. Start listen to us while you farm.
There we go, and that's like a little decay of the drone there going on in the background. Right, to the next jingle, and we got this.
Welcome to Safety FM's virtual town hall.
Our moderator for the event, the host of the Jay Allen Show and Rated R Safety Show, and creator of Safety FM.
And of course, there's one little bit at the end here.
Come the nationally known speaker and host of the Essential Leader.
And that's going to be Isabella's bit there. Let's go and get Isabella's extra little bit there to tag on the end of this Mike and Isabella special. There we go. That's going in there. All right, let's see. Chirpy Bang. It's a nice name for a sound effect, isn't it? And we'll go into the impact. That'll do nicely. Okay. Let's play.
Welcome to Safety.
I wonder if I can. It just might work if we do something like this. Ding ding, like that. Let's try and tighten that up a bit.
Welcome.
What?
Welcome to.
Maybe not quite.
Welcome to.
Not sure about that. Hang on. Let's move that over a bit.
Welcome to Safety.
That works.
Welcome to Safety.
Maybe not quite right on the timing still.
Welcome to Safety FM's virtual town hall.
And that's where we need to boom in here.
On hold.
And that's going to beep in.
On hold.
Here is our moderator.
Bring that in.
On
right
hold.
Here is our moderator for the event, the host of the Jay Allen Show and Rated R Safety Show, and creator of.
Oh, there's a little breath there that I'm going to eliminate. Zoom right in on that breath. Goodbye, breath. There we go.
Show and creator.
Oh, fade out.
Safety Show and creator of Safety FM.
And this will work. It'll be nice to have the crescendo of this right about there, so it'll go like that.
Rated R Safety Show and creator of Safety FM.
And then we come in with Jay Allen.
Dr. Jay Allen.
There we go. So that's gonna, let's just tighten that up nicely.
Dr. Jay Allen.
And I think I can do just one better than that by doubling that up, bringing that up there.
Dr. Jay Allen.
And then I'm going to pan it stereo, so it's going to start over there and over there.
Dr. Jay Allen.
Nice. Okay. Now we're going to get on to this one. What do we got here? Play.
Please welcome the nationally known speaker and host of the Essential Leadership Cycle podcast, Rob Fisher.
Okay.
Please welcome the host of the X Factor of Safety, Pedro. Sorry. Please welcome.
There we go. And what have we got over here? What's this one?
Please welcome the nerd, the Hope nerd, Samuel Goodman.
There we go. So that's 3 jingles right there that I'm going to isolate and bring down over here. There we go. Somewhere like about there. Okay. Let's see what we've got here. We've got beeps. We've always got beeps. Beeps are always good for this kind of thing. And we'll go ahead and drag in a few extra drones. We've got this.
Please welcome.
Please welcome.
Please welcome the nationally known speaker.
Now I could be a little bit electric here and just do something like this.
Please welcome the nationally known speaker and host of the. Please welcome the nationally known speaker and host.
That's where we need to go and then bring in the next part with a different filter on. So that'll come in like that. And this will go up here.
Host of the.
No, a bit too late.
Host of the Essential Leadership Cycle podcast, Rob Fisher.
Rob Fisher, we're going to bring you in down there and bring that in round here.
Podcast, Rob Fisher.
And that's exactly how it works.
Please welcome the.
And then we'll get this one. This is a long rising drone.
Please welcome the host of the X Factor of Safety.
Oh, we need something a little eccentric there. What have we got?
Pedro Maciel. Pedro Maciel?
Pedro Maciel. Okay. And we'll get a hit. That can pop in there nicely.
Pedro Maciel.
Actually, I'm thinking we could even do something like this with it.
Pedro Maciel.
Ever such a slight stutter, you can hardly even hear it, but I think it just adds to the flavour. Let's bring that in there. Oh, no. And then we'll bring that back like that.
Maciel.
There we go. It's really good progress so far, isn't it? We'll just keep going on. There's a lot of super chats, and don't worry, once we get through the super chats, if you've submitted some free jingles that you'd like voiced, if you'd like a voiceover, we'll be getting onto those voiceovers after we produce the super chats. So we're going to need a couple of bits here. Let's bring in this thump riser with a nice beepy bit at the end. So we'll bring this in over here.
Please welcome the nerd, the Hope nerd, Samuel Goodman.
Okay, that's going to need a little bit of a change there. A little bit of a different filter there. Whoops. Let's bring that up there.
Welcome the nerd, the Hope.
Oh, no, that's too early.
Welcome the nerd, the Hope. Welcome the nerd, the Hope nerd, Samuel Goodman.
Samuel Goodman, and we'll just pop this in at the end here.
Goodman.
A little bit of punctuation at the end, as it were. And then we'll move to this, and we've got that.
Please welcome the host of the Safety Consultant podcast, Sheldon Primus.
Sheldon Primus, it is your time to star. So I'm just going to drag this one in over here, and we'll see what's going on. Let's place in this. Very nice, isn't it? So let's bring this in. We've got this here.
Please welcome the host of the Safety Consultant podcast.
Oh, and who's this going to be?
Podcast, Sheldon Primus.
Sheldon, there we go. There we go. So we've got this coming in here.
Sheldon Primus.
That's nice. I like the way that ends where it does. Okay, what we got now?
Here is a message. Here is a message from our in-house safety.
Hang on.
Here is a message from our in-house safety pro, Blaine J. Hoffman.
That's the one. That's the charm.
That's the one.
Right there. Let's drag that over. Drag that over and put a few whooshes and pows into action. Whoops. There we go. This is going to go here. This is going to go here. We can probably just punctuate that one and it'll sound good. We'll use a little bit of EQ. There we go.
Here is a message from our in-house safety pro, Blaine J.
That needs to be a little tighter.
Blaine J.
Little tighter.
Blaine J. Hoffman.
That's perfect. And that is how you do it. Let's fade that off. Fade that out. Fade that out. And we are good to go. Back to the bird's eye view here. Let's see what we got.
Please welcome the host of Insight into Your Safety Culture, Dr. Tim Ludwig. I'll do this one. Spinning you round.
Couple of ones there, so let's just pull them in all the way over here. So we're working from this area. Okay, let's see what we got there.
Welcome the host of Insight into Your Safety Culture, Dr. Tim Ludwig. Please welcome the host of Insight into Your Safety Culture.
What we're going to use here. Yes, that's going to be the one.
Please welcome the...
No, too early.
Please welcome the host of Insight into Your Safety Culture, Dr. Tim.
It's a passing satellite.
Safety Culture, Dr. Tim. Safety Culture, Dr. Tim Ludwig.
Right, let's go back. See what we got over here. Not that one.
Point 3!
Point 3. That was nice. Right, we'll bring that in around here. This is going to come up over here.
Spinning you round like a record.
And then that's going to go down there.
It must be pop.
It must be.
Must be pop in the 80s.
There we go. Let's pop in the 80s over there.
We all need heroes. Please welcome the Safety Justice League.
Please welcome Dustin Anderson from HGTV's Fix.
Okay, so there's a couple more that I'm going to now bring in over here. Okay. That's going there and there. And then we got this one here. And we'll go back to this here. That we'll save for the next one. There we go. So this is going to be... Oh, yeah, that will go like that. There we go.
Please.
And that's going to go here.
Please welcome the Safety Justice League.
That's that one right there. Okay, let's bring this over here.
Please welcome Dustin Anderson from... Please welcome Dustin Anderson from HGTV's Fixer Upper to the Safety FM Town Hall.
Let's go.
TV's Fixer Upper. TV's Fixer Upper.
Right, that is going to stay in place, and it's going to go up there.
Upper to the Safety FM Town Hall.
There we go. Saving there. Getting out here and looking at this.
Author of the pre-accident.
Let's save this out, actually. So this is going to be... save it somewhere sensible, like there. And we'll call this FJF 2020-0320. All right, give that a little second.
It's a good question from Tate, who's asking,
Oh, yeah.
why do you like AKG better than Newman 103 or Shaw SM7B or RE27?
I suppose it's a personal preference. What do you think is? It's a personal preference as to what exactly microphone does the right thing for the right job and the right situation.
Yeah.
So I used to actually use Neumann quite a lot, Neumann TLM 103. It was my voiceover mic of choice for a while. Before that, I was an Audio-Technica user. I really loved the AT4033. And then I got my hands on the C414 XL2 with its 5 different polar patterns. I found it quite adaptable, actually. So I use it in this studio with the I've got the in between the cardioid and hypercardioid pattern, which is perfect for this studio. But I could actually put this in omnidirectional or figure of 8. So if we wanted to do a Paul McCartney, John Lennon style duet, Isabella, you could stand the other side of this microphone and we could do this. So that kind of thing. Also, I found with AKG, their microphones, their condenser microphones at the low end are very reasonably priced and also very, very good as well. That's been my general experience. What about you, Isabella? I mean, you seem to have fallen in love with the P420 over there.
I do like that one, yeah. I do like that one. I mean, kind of microphones that are a little bit like shoes, aren't they?
Yeah.
You could have so many of them and try different things. But I think, as you say, it's a matter of preference. It's like, once you're happy with something, you are reluctant to change it, right? So...
Yeah.
And I think that all of those microphones that Tate has actually mentioned are really, really good. Yeah. But also, it's important to take into account the environment you record in and things like that. So I remember, we've got the TLM 103 in another studio. And the moment we brought it into this room, it just did not work. It just didn't sound as good as it does in that much smaller room. So I think it is important to kind of not just look at the name, but also how it will perform in the studio you are in. So... Yeah, as I say, the TLM just did not work here in this room.
Do a mic test. Yeah. Do a mic test. It's also the same. I guess you could ask the same question about your software, your audio editor of choice, right? It's like why do you use Adobe Audition? And again, it's what you know, isn't it? It's what you know. It's your personal preference. It's also a little bit about like what you're using it for. So I'm never going to use Adobe Audition to produce a world-class dance hit. Just ain't gonna happen. Logic Pro, Ableton is gonna do that much better, much more efficiently. Kind of fact that you haven't got MIDI in Audition means you can't really do that, right? No. But I use Audition because again, this is going on to a side subject here, but just proving the point of why you might choose to use one thing as opposed to another thing. Audition I've used since its existence, in fact, before its existence, Cool Edit Pro, and now I just know everything inside out. And if I went over to Logic, I did a couple of years ago. Really love Logic, by the way. I use Logic quite a lot when I'm messing with music and synths. But I had to kind of relearn. Where's the compressor? Where's the EQ? How do I insert it? How do I get it to sound good? How do I do buses? And you have to do the same with Ableton. Go over there. Even when I've used Audacity as well, just simply for the fact I know a lot of others use it, so I wanted to know a few things about it. So if someone says, how do you do this in Audacity? I can kind of say, well, you can look at this. But again, it's like all their compressors are in different places. You apply them in different ways. And yeah, it's just a lot of different things to learn, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
Fully agree.
Yes. What's your audio editor of choice, Isabella?
Of course, Adobe Audition.
Yes. It's the one you use, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, in all honesty, I have tried Audacity once. I just couldn't find my way around it. I mean, it's like once you learn something once in something, it's very hard to learn it again in something else.
Exactly.
I mean, that's for me anyway. It's true for me. It could be entirely different for you, but yeah.
Yeah.
And
a lot of people name checking. Sorry, go on.
No, I was just going to say I'm also a very... Yeah, it's like once I learn something, it's like I can't see a point of learning it again. It's something else. So
a lot of people are actually name checking in the chat Cool Edit Pro. A lot of people remember Cool Edit Pro. Cool Edit Pro 2.0. And all that, those Jason Levine jingles. And actually, I've got a lot of good memories of Cool Edit. One of my favorite memories, gosh, I must have been... Well, I was definitely much younger than I am now. There was the I agree with that's so funny. Yeah, it's like they what was it they have the brainwave synchronizer. That's what I was always using. Yeah, the brainwave synchronizer. You probably don't remember that, Isabella.
Nope.
Yeah. I've just seen Dance FM Live. A lot of people are saying, paying all that money is a bit too much when you could just buy software before. And I get that, Dance FM. I really understand where people are coming from with that. I use, for instance, the whole Creative Cloud. So for me, it's a no-brainer to have access to Photoshop, Lightroom, Illustrator. I use obviously Adobe Audition. I use Premiere Pro. I use After Effects. You see, that's 6 apps I use on a regular basis. So it's a pretty good deal for me. But yes, if you're using Adobe Audition, even with the single app, I'm not sure how much the single app plan costs, but you might say, okay, yeah, I find that hard to justify. But then, if you're doing anything professionally, if you're working with an online radio station, you've got your own podcast and you're making a bit of money from it, then you should be able to find a space in your budget for a really good audio editor. And I believe Adobe Audition is obviously the best. Yeah. Another thing I wanted to say, because it just came into my head, I actually meant to mention it at the top of the show, but completely slipped my mind, and I need to actually do some verification on this. But from what I understand, a few people messaged me this week saying that Adobe UK certainly, and maybe in different regions they're doing this, they're actually offering like some free time if you're a paid member of Adobe Creative Cloud. Like I say, this is totally unverified. I have not spoken to Adobe about this. This is not official Adobe information. I just heard it. I heard it around. If you keep talking, Isabella, I'll look it up.
Oh, I'm just looking. I've actually just found it.
You're looking. Yeah. I think there's a post on a UK website saying Adobe will give you a few free months because of the coronavirus situation, which I think is really cool of Adobe. So yeah, maybe, if you're struggling right now and you want to get into Adobe for a little bit. Here we go.
I found it. It's essentially saying that it's offering students free access to Creative Cloud, but
I don't think it's for students.
No, hang on. It's now going further, and it's giving every subscriber 2 months of free subscription during this economic downturn. So 2 months will be for essentially free. So.
Yeah. So I'm just looking. Like I say, it varies greatly because all around the world, Adobe have different plans and prices.
I will post a link. I found a link that shows you how to do it, essentially.
Okay. Well, I don't know what link you're looking at, but there is a link on Hot UK Deals here in the UK saying you get free 2 months of Adobe Creative Cloud subscription for existing and active members. And this was posted on the 18th of March, so a couple of days ago. And it says Adobe UK are doing this. So, like I said, I don't know if it applies everywhere. So what are you
I think it is. It's the link I found actually relates to a dollar price.
It applies to both monthly and yearly subscriptions. Oh right, okay. So you just go to.
There we go. I've got a Bitly. I've just put a Bitly link.
You've put a link there. Okay, yeah. No, that's really, really cool, isn't it? So, yeah, it seems like they posted up in this forum that you can go in and it allows you to do a free months. But again, like I don't know. I'm literally sharing stuff as I'm finding it, which is probably not the best advice to be giving right now. But do check it out.
Yeah.
There may be something there. Like I say, not official Adobe information. Haven't checked or verified this with anyone in Adobe. But yeah, I did hear it a couple of times this week, and I was just wondering if that's the case. So you seem to have found the same, Isabella.
Well, yeah, I have just now. Yeah,
Excellent.
That's it.
And where did you find that out of interest? Just curious.
There was
Bitly.
a website that with a full article, Peter Pixel, and it just shows you step by step how to claim it. So.
Yes, and that was posted a couple of days ago.
Yeah.
Okay, but that seems is that for the photography plan or is that for everything?
For everything, I think.
For everything. Ooh, okay. Actually, no, that's interesting. Yeah, no, I don't know because I'm just looking at this. It appears from what I'm looking at on the How to Do It website. You have to go into your account, then cancel your plan, go through saying, yes, I want to cancel my plan. And then as the final thing, it says, oh, hey, before you decide to cancel, why don't you take your plan for $0 for the next 60 days? So I don't know if actually they're doing this in response to coronavirus. This might be one of their kind of like retention thingies, you know, like with because I'm an Audible member and I've been an Audible member as long as I can remember. I love audiobooks, and occasionally I've gone into the like I want to cancel thing when I thought of
credits.
well, I did it the first time because I genuinely did want to cancel, and it's like, hey, don't cancel, we'll give you 3 free months of Audible. I'm like, oh, maybe I'll stay a member, so I did. So yeah, again, I don't know if that's official information or not, but a lot of people seem to be sharing that around at the moment, so we've done our bit. I'm really sorry, Adobe, if I've just mentioned information that is not official.
Whoops.
Yeah. But anyway, hopefully
You'll
it helps you out. If you're seriously though, if you are in a situation right now where times are tough or tight, or you don't know where you're going from one day to the next right now with the current world situation, hopefully that helps you out. And that's our intention here, right?
That's exactly it.
Anything else?
Nope, that's it. I think you should crack on.
All right, sorry, I'm just having a sip of tea.
I know, I've made you a really
Got
nice
my
tea.
Valentine's Day mug that you got me. Thank you.
I know, we're partners in crime. Whee!
There you go. And there's yours. His and hers mugs. Right, back to it. Anyway, after that very unofficial announcement.
Yep, that's it.
Let's get back to this. Yes, I think that is unofficial, so I'm glad I kind of like it's dug somewhere in the middle of the stream rather than at the start. Hey everyone! Here's an announcement. What do we like, Isabel?
I know. We are Mike and Isabel.
I'm losing it. Right, okay, back to it.
Don't lose it.
Welcome to the author of the pre-accident investigation and host of the pre-accident investigation.
Right, let's move that up.
What's with the reverb today? Everything is reverb.
Reverby, yes. We're going to go for... Have we got any risers? Yes, we have risers. Risers are always good.
Welcome to the author of the pre-accident investigation.
There we go, and let's move this down here.
And host of the pre-accident investigation. And
Oh, what's this?
known speaker.
Let's make that a bit big.
And known speaker. The one, the
one.
the only,
And then we need a bit of punctuation there.
the only Dr. Todd Conklin.
Slight hesitation that I'm going to cut out there.
Dr. Todd.
Slight, but we can just doctor that by doing that.
Dr. Todd Conklin.
That sounds very good. Right, let's move over here.
Edenfield, Holcombe Brook, Tottingham, Tottington, Rawtenstall, and Bury. This is East Lancs Radio with Chris Cook.
I think actually I made a mistake there. It should be Chris Crook. So
East Lancs Radio with Chris Cook.
I did see your message. I did see your message earlier, Chris, so let's just re-record that.
With Chris Cook.
With Chris Crook. There we go. And let's dub that in. Let's actually save that out again. Saving. Okay, cool. So let's bring this down here. And we need probably one of those. And definitely we need some funky cool music, jingle music. Right, so we're gonna use this. Not quite sure how that's gonna work yet. Let's try it.
Ram's bottom.
Maybe not.
10.
No, not quite. Okay, all right, I've got an idea here. So we're going to take this and we're actually going to pop these in like so. So we're just going to grab that, pop that up there.
Ram's bottom.
Ram's bottom.
Ram's bottom. Eden Field. Ram's bottom. Eden Field.
Just need to time stretch a bit.
Ram's bottom. Eden Field.
Let's pan that over a bit.
Ram's bottom. Eden Field. Bottom. Eden Field.
That's going to require a bit of time stretching just to fit this on the beat nicely.
Ram's bottom. Eden Field.
Ram's bottom. Eden Field.
Holcombe Brook. Holcombe Brook. Holcombe Brook.
Holcombe
Field. Holcombe Brook. Field. Holcombe Brook.
I'm doing clever stuff with the panning there. I don't know if you can hear that in your headphones, Isabella.
I can, yeah. Clever you.
Brook. Tottingham.
Oh, no, that was the wrong pronunciation, wasn't it? It was
Tottington.
Tottington. That's the one. Let's bring that up there.
Brook. Tottington.
Tottington.
Tottington. Rawtenstall.
That's going to go, whoops, up like that.
Rawtenstall.
Oh, bless. Steve D says,
I know.
Adobe offer worked. Thank you. Well, listen, I'm glad we've managed to help some people out. Maybe that wasn't, an official thing from Adobe there, but if it helps you out at this time, then,
you've got
I'm
to
all
do
up
what you've
for
got
that.
to do.
Yes, that's it. I'm all up for that.
And Berry.
There we go. That fits nicely.
Ramsbottom, Edenfield, Holcombe Brook, Tottington, Rawtenstall, and Berry.
And then we get into the meat and potatoes over here.
And Berry. This is East Lancs Radio.
Not quite the effect I'm going for there.
Berry. This is East Lancs Radio.
And then we need a little... And then we introduce our wonderful host, Chris.
Lancs Radio.
That's not quite, again, what I'm looking for.
Lancs Radio.
Not quite what I'm looking for.
Ooh, what is that?
Ooh. Just need to get this on beat.
This is East Lancs Radio. This is East Lancs Radio. This is East Lancs Radio.
With it sounds like a bit of a rap there.
With Chris Crook.
And that is your jingle. There we go. Now, why did I make it all the way over there? Let's drag that over a bit to where it should be, which is somewhere around there. Perfect. All right, on to the next. An extraordinary amount of super chats today. Thank you. This week, always love getting through these. Okay. Let's bring this over. See what we got. Okay. Bring that in like that. Ding.
Thank you for attending Safety
Play that there.
Thank you for attending Safety FM's virtual town hall.
And that's a double one, isn't it? Because I come in.
For more information, go.
So we'll do a little closer up here. Zoop.
Town hall.
For more. For more information. For more
Why are you laughing?
Because I'm doing something silly.
You are.
For more.
I'm going to leave that in. Does that sound all right?
Yeah, it does actually.
Thank you for attending Safety FM's virtual town hall.
For more information,
Good.
Oh dear. Okay, cool.
go to safety-fm.com.
There we go. There we go. Right. What have we got? Okay. Play the next one. Here it is.
Another extra long mix starts now, with at least 6 songs in a row and 0 commercials.
Yes. Yes, Alexander, just like the electricity hit me.
And Americana, only on Nashville Legends.
There we go.
Crunchy FM, your isolation station.
All right.
like the new-
We got 3. Yeah, I like that. The branding there. Very, very relevant right now. So, there we go. It's interesting, Isabella, because like the last few weeks, it's been on not just our minds but all of our minds, the coronavirus situation, and so we mention it. We mentioned like how we're dealing, and radio stations and your mobile setups and all of that kind of stuff. And I'm just thinking, obviously it's relevant, and from our statistics and analytics we know that most of you come in and watch this live. Then a big chunk of you who couldn't watch the show live actually tune in directly after it finishes, and like for the next 24 hours or so there's a big influx of people who weren't here live. Like we're talking thousands of people. We get a few hundred that turn up live, but we get thousands actually watching the show after it's aired. And then after that kind of tails off, and it's just a very, very small amount. So actually I think it is appropriate and good to talk about like current things in these live streams that we do, because they have a very very short half-life, as it were. Whereas I was just thinking, Isabella, if you're doing a podcast, like if you're starting a podcast now, would you necessarily talk about the current situation? Because podcasts are a little more sticky and out there, and you could very well date your content. What's your opinion on that?
I think that it's important to cater to both existing and new listeners, and I think that you should talk about current stuff because that's what your listeners right now want to hear.
Yeah, but what if you start a podcast? I don't know. It could be a podcast about like fishing, and you start talking about the current world situation. If someone then finds that podcast 3 years later in 2023, when hopefully everything is rosy, and you're talking about the coronavirus, it's like people will say, "Oh, that's an old podcast. I won't listen."
I think that you just need to kind of, take it case at the time, right?
Yeah, because I mean it's an interesting discussion. I'm sure others watching the stream right now will be asking the same question. It's like even you and I have had like production meetings before we've gone live and done this show and said, should we talk about the coronavirus at all on this stream? Because that's not why people come here. We decided actually it's probably a good idea just to be real, especially as it's really affecting everyone right now. And from our analytics, we can see that most people come watch live or directly after. So it probably is relevant to talk about that stuff. But for a long time, we kind of had that, should we just keep it warm and fluffy and escapist? So yeah, it's just an interesting thought. Any other comments you want to add to that?
No, I think that's pretty much sums it up. I think that it's just maintaining good balance is the key. So
indeed. Okay. I love that.
Keep going on it. You've got jingles to do.
Keep calm, carry on. Okay.
Yes.
So let's see what we've got here. Sound effects. Let's bring this in. Why are you saying keep going, carry on, come on? It's like you desperate to get out of here today. What's going on?
No, I'm not desperate.
You got something more important to do than live stream to our wonderful audience?
No, and no.
Okay.
It's no.
By the way, I was just thinking, our lights. Actually, I might change the colour of the lights because we had these on rainbow last week.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm just going to see if I can...
You're going to put coronavirus colours.
No. No. What are you talking about?
I don't know.
Let's have a look in my... got LifeX LED strips, which are the bomb, actually. They're really, really cool. And I'm just going to go into the app. I'm going into the app on my phone here. And I can actually control them. I can actually animate them. Let's see what this does. Ooh. They moved. Did you see that?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, they're moving. Oh,
Yeah.
Wow. That's
Ding,
cool.
ding, 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 ding.
Well, I'm going to leave it like that. Look at that. Even yours is moving as well, Isabella. Look at that. I'm going to leave it like that.
Nice.
That's awesome. Not the one behind you. Not the
I
not
can
those
see
are
the one
Philips
in front
Hue.
of me, yeah.
The ones in front of you are they're shifting. Look at that.
Right.
They're shifting like that. Ooh, that's cool. Yeah, I'm gonna leave them like that. Yeah, Hans, make them like party lights. Yeah. I really like that. We should have done. Oh my goodness. John is saying change the words from my Sharona to my Corona. That's awful. That's playing non-stop Corona hits back to back. Yes, not really what we want to be doing. I won't be able to get that song out of my head now that you've mentioned that there, John. Thanks for that.
So funny.
Yeah. I suppose you do have to have a bit of dark humour at this time to get through, don't you? Yeah.
That's absolutely
it. Anyway, on with the show as we go. I'm getting distracted by your comments as usual. Let's get back into it. So here we go. Here's another jingle.
Another extra long mix starts now.
Hang on, that's got to go back a bit.
Another extra long mix starts now. Starts now with at least 6 songs in a row and 0 commercials. With Kenny,
and that's going to go up there.
Yep.
With Kenny
on Ziggy Radio.
Go on.
Safety FM is asking any new products or work parts even coming out this week. Nothing new, but
it's a good
head
question.
on over to mrc.fm/SFX. I will say it again, mrc.fm/SFX. I'll post the link now. That's where all the work parts we have are to be found. So if you haven't already, head on over and check it there. Nothing quite new just yet, but we might have something new coming soon.
Indeed. So watch this space. But actually at the moment we're deliberately kind of not going heavy on that kind of stuff or putting out new products, just to kind of be sensitive right now.
Yeah.
Don't you think? Yeah.
Absolutely.
So but obviously if you do want to use any of the stuff we're using, the sound effects, they're all at the link there, mrc.fm/sound effects.
We've got some of our libraries are currently on offer, so you can get as much as half the usual price.
That's really cool.
It's all at the link.
So nice. Right, let's get back to it and push this one in over here and make a little jingle on this.
The best country bluegrass.
We need something a little bit different for that. Let's go back and see what we've got in my music library.
The best country bluegrass. Only on Nashville Legends.
Let's do my false reverb. I haven't done that today, so let's use that.
Legends.
Too much. Little bit less.
Legends.
There we go. And we got this one.
GFM, your isolation station.
Right, let's get a nice sound effect for that. Pew.
Pew.
Rip.
Pew.
Pew. Rip. There we go. Let's move this one in here.
Crunchy FM.
Crunchy FM. Pew. Your isolation station.
Pew, pew.
There we go. Pew, pew, pew.
Your isolation station.
There we go. Very appropriate there. There we go. Okay, onto this. This is going to go here. That's going to go in there.
Pew, 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 pew.
And then, that's so nice of you, Steve D. Best 2 hours on YouTube.
Aww.
That's lovely. Thank you.
And yes, Vince, I'm sure I'm not asleep. I'm being accused of being asleep here, and I don't know why.
Who's accused of being asleep?
Me!
Why?
I don't know.
You're looking sleepy, says Vince.
Oh, no.
Are you?
I'm just very concentrated here.
Very concentrated, very focused. Very, very focused.
Welcome to the Heidi and Eric Show.
Welcome to the Heidi and Eric Show.
Eric Show. Heidi runs the mic.
All right, so this is where we're going to cut this out like that.
Heidi runs the mic.
And
Eric.
And that's going up there.
And Eric runs the tunes.
That's it. Nice.
Your favourite hosts on your favourite station.
On your favourite station.
On your favourite station. Here they are.
Oh, here they are. Needs to be.
Station. Here they are.
And we'll do a little fun thing with that. We'll just delete at the end there, jump, and then we'll do a little bit there.
Here they are.
Here they are.
It sounds like I'm a
If you
goat.
thought
Or a hyena, yeah.
Radio Jeebus, live and in the mix.
If you thought you are a better DJ, wait until you hear. Wait until you hear DJ P Ranks in action. Quincy Jam, live in the mix.
OMG, DJ Daniel.
All right, that's 4. Let's bring those 4 all the way over here. And we'll work with these. We'll work with what we've got here. So we got this, 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 this. Okay. Bringing that in.
Radio Jeebus, live and in Jeebus, live and in the mix.
Like a horse laughing, I agree.
There you go.
Live and in the mix.
Very nice. Radio Jeebus. There you go. Let's see what we got over here now. That one there and that one there. All right, that's coming up there.
If you thought you are a better DJ,
If you thought you were a better DJ.
Think again.
Jay, wait until you hear. Wait until.
What?
Let's try that one again.
Jay, wait until you hear DJ P Ranks in action.
Action needs to be like that.
In action.
Action.
That's it.
Live.
So now we get onto this one.
Quincy Jam.
Quincy Jam.
Quincy Jam. Live. In the mix.
In the mix just needs to be a little later.
In the mix.
In the mix into eternity there. And then we got this one.
OMG, DJ Danielson is mixing another miracle.
That's coming in like that. All right, that goes there, 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 and there.
OMG, OMG, DJ Danielson is mixing another miracle. Is mixing another miracle.
Whoops. Oh no, it's okay. I can rescue that.
In another.
That's going to go over there.
Miracle.
That's there, 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 there.
Miracle. 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 Miracle.
That's it.
Miracle.
There we go. And then we'll do this.
Music you want. All the music you need. Right here with Nick Shaw on Ambron Radio International.
Hello from Texas. Oh, okay. Labeling news. Labeling news. What's happening in the world of labeling, product coding, and packaging?
That's it. And we'll bring that here.
You're listening to the Soulful House Chart.
Stand by. Your request hit song is coming up only here at your playlist special with DJ Black Shadow.
This is a demo.
Actually, you know, it's funny. So we're coming up now nearly on 2 hours of the live stream. We're just shy of 2 hours right now. I was thinking about it as saying, we love being here and doing this live stream. And I said to Iz earlier, jokingly, oh yeah, you're rushing to get out of here today, are you? Is the good reason? Well, funnily enough, from next week, because of the end of today, schools close for the foreseeable future here in the UK. So from next week, essentially, we are, the Easter holidays obviously going, we're essentially homeschooling the kids as well, as many of you are also doing, I'm sure,
indeed, yeah.
at this very interesting time that we're in our existence on this planet. So yeah, that's going to be fun, isn't it?
It's going to be fun. I mean, we have good kids, so I'm sure we will do it well. So.
They're very, very good. And actually, they're very, very good. Occasionally, we might just bring them in on the live stream.
We
from
might
time
do,
to time.
actually, yeah.
Just for a little bit at the end. We've done that before, actually,
We have,
haven't we?
yeah. We can always
before.
give them a shout to come in and say hi
Give them
at
a
the end.
shout out.
So.
Oh. Absolutely. Right. Okay. Back to it. Okay, where am I? Here.
All the music you want, all the music you need, right here with Nick Shaw on Amber Radio International.
There we go. That's going to go in here. This is over here. That's going to go in like this. Right. Let's see what we've got here.
All the music you want, all the music you need, right here.
All the music you want.
All the music you want, all the all the music you need, right here with Nick Shaw.
With Nick Shaw.
Right here with Nick Shaw on Amber Radio International.
That's it. And the next one is going to be over here, and then one over here and here.
Labeling news. What's happening in the world of labeling? Labeling news.
You need a second take on that to remember.
Yeah, got it.
News. What's happening in the world of labeling? Product. Labeling news. What's happening in the world of labeling? Product code. Labeling news. What's happening in the world of labeling? Product coding and packaging.
Nice. Okay, on to the next thing, which is going to be here. That's a nice rumble.
You're listening to the Soulful House Chart.
Oops, and that's going to be a fade.
Gosh, that's halfway point.
Halfway point of all the jingles.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a busy week this week.
Yeah.
Let's bring that in here. And why not a drone?
Stand by. Your request hit song is coming up only here at your playlist special with DJ Black Shadow. Special with DJ Black Shadow.
This is a demo by Your Score. This is a demo by Your Score.
It's really nice voicing today.
Thanks.
I like that.
This is a demo by Your Score.
Really lovely. Little drone there to end that off.
Little drone.
Little drone, mini drone.
Little
There we go.
drone.
And on to the next.
Online
Save. Okay.
NHS staff, lorry drivers, shoppers, and listeners. Oh, another one for me.
That's 2, 3. There we go. Moving this all over to the right place. Let's bring this in.
To all the frontline NHS staff, lorry drivers, shop assistants, teachers, and all emergency services staff who are keeping the Let's
do a little fade there. Get rid of that breath.
Services staff who are keeping the UK moving. Services staff who are keeping the UK moving. A massive thank you. Thank you. UK moving. A massive thank you from East Lancs Radio and listeners. From East Lancs Radio and listeners. Get ready for 60 minutes of non-stop classics from the party decade. Asa Ben is in.
Okay, and we'll fade that into a little bit of a beat maybe.
Asa Ben is in the mix with a full hour of the biggest.
Let's bring that.
Full hour of the biggest dance anthems right here on Mixcloud.
Little cut and
dance anthems right here on anthems anthems right here on Mixcloud. This is Back to the. This is
sound effects.
That's high pitch.
Is Back to the.
That is high pitch.
Back to the 90s.
Many DJ nowadays. Very few do it like DJ Nelson. So get ready to have a great time with the best music. Now here he comes. 3, 2. Many DJ now. Many DJ nowadays. Very few do it like DJ Nelson. So get ready to have a great time with the best music. With the best music. Now here he comes.
Going very quiet as I focus in on the task at hand.
Steve says it's like watching a surgeon at work.
Oh, wow.
It's precision targeting there for sure.
Now here he comes. 3.
Okay, that's where I need to just get it on beat.
3, 2.
That needs to go over there.
3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1.
That's going to go in like that.
1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1.
Okay, just going to double the one and echo it.
1. 2,
on to a few more. Gosh, you're right. An amazing amount of super chats. Thank you as always for supporting us with so many super chats this week, meaning we get to work on a lot of produced jingles here. So kind of makes the show, really, doesn't it?
It does. It really does.
Right. We go here and here. Here and here.
To the Mix Show.
All right, back into my production elements and see what we've got here.
To the Mix Show with DJ.
Might use that a little bit later, actually. Let's go back to where I was.
To the.
Right, let's bring this in here.
You're listening to the Mix Show with DJ Andy Coop. You're listening to the Mix Show with DJ. You're listening to the Mix Show with DJ Andy Coop.
Right, a little bit of time stretching will make that perfect.
You're listening to the Mix Show with DJ Andy Coop. Turn up that volume. This is Dance FM Live.
Dance FM deserves.
Dance FM.
You don't like that.
Dance FM.
No, I don't like it. It sounds like a demon.
Dance FM
Live.
And of course we need an explosion on the last bit there.
Live. Live.
Maybe a little earlier.
Live.
That's the one. And then we'll go over here.
Here's a sizzler with Bonnie D'Souza on Radio DJ. Here's a sizzler with Bonnie D'Souza on Radio.
I'm going to use it somehow, one way or another.
DJ.
See, that sounds good.
Here's a sizzler with
like
Bonnie
that?
D'Souza on Radio DJ.
I think that sounds epic. It sounds fat. Right, let's do this one.
Music Friday, playing the best in new music releases from all over the world, right here.
Let's see what we can do with this. Okay, this is going in here.
It's New Music Friday.
I wonder.
Friday.
No, not like that. This, and this, like that.
Playing the best in new music releases from all over the world, right here from 2 p.m. Fridays.
There we go. And then we got this one here.
2 p.m. Fridays.
JFT Promotions. We supply everything for that.
Bring in the fat music here.
JFT.
That's going to go up here, in fact.
JFT Promotions. We supply everything for that special boxing event. That's JFT.
Ooh, I got a really good one for you if it's about boxing. Hang on. I'm lucky I'm in the right library for this. Hang on. You're going to like this. Yeah, you like that? You like that?
Yeah.
Boxing? There we go, you see. Bang on.
Boxing event.
Perfect. Oh, you're going to love that.
That's JFT Promotions for all your boxing needs.
No, we'll just end it on the phone tones there. So it'll be like this. So you've got this.
JFT Promotions. We supply everything for that special boxing event. That's JFT Promotions for all your boxing needs.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's quite good. Let's bring this one in.
Real bass, real beats, real DJs.
Real DJs. Not the demon voice. Stay away from that preset.
Yeah.
Beats, real DJs.
You like that? Real DJs.
And some
Right, and then that's going to come in like this. Right there.
and sometimes we talk. Real
And we obviously need something to break it.
we talk. Real rubbish. You're listening.
Nice punctuation there.
You're listening to the
Bit of a pause.
real rubbish. You're listening.
Little bit of a pause there for effect, don't you think?
You bet.
Yep. And then we'll bring this in here.
You're listening to the real thing live from Cape Town.
From Cape Town, South Africa.
From Cape Town. From Cape Town, South Africa.
There we go.
Nice.
From the heart of Stockholm.
Do you know, I've realised something.
Mm-hmm.
I think that time has changed in certain parts of the world, but it hasn't yet here in the UK. Because I've
Yeah, it's
seen
nearly spring, isn't it? Spring forward. Right?
Yeah, but we are doing it quite late, and I think that a lot of places have already springed.
Ooh, so people saying, why are you on at a different time?
Yeah, so just worth to remember that.
So interesting.
Yeah.
So interesting. Okay, let's get back to it. Good point there, Isabella.
Yeah,
So let's bring this in here.
we're getting there. I can see that people are just like, you kind of done there yet? Almost there.
What?
Almost there. Hold on.
People having enough of this, so they're like, come on, have you finished the stream yet?
Yeah.
Come on.
No, where are the free jingles now? Come on, we're getting the free jingle.
From the heart of
Nearly there,
Stockholm
nearly there.
to your speakers, this is Radio DJ.
Radio DJ, and then we're going to wrap that up nicely with this. Which is going to be
DJ with the hottest club hits today.
hottest club hits today. And then, gosh, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of jingles, and we're really grateful for that.
Yeah.
Look at this. Still some more over here. Then we will definitely get onto those free voiceovers. Let's see what we've got here.
Of Blind Cafe Radio.
You will never know what we will play next, but we can tell you
It's that one there.
to all. Sorry. Did you want to redo?
I was just wondering the way.
Let's cut that because we know that's a cut there. Just trying to chop these and get them into some order over here.
Mix filled with great hits and most requested songs for your enjoyment.
Media 7. Media Perfection.
The thing is, you really decide the length and intensity of this stream by the amount amount of jingles you choose for us to produce, right?
Yeah.
So the more super chats that come in, the longer the stream is going to be. It's kind of the way it works. Yeah.
Jump Ship Brewery. Beautiful alcohol-free beer.
Ski Enterprise.
Nearly there. Just doing a bit of tidying up here.
To dance your feet off on the beats of DJ Danielson. On the beats of DJ Danielson.
All sports.
Okay, I think that's the last one back there. So I've now sort of separated everything out. So this should ideally be a sort of drop and produce kind of job over here. We're going to need some help here. Let's go into music. We got here.
Welcome at Studio Franken. Welcome at Studio Franken, my own and personal view on education, health, politics, and personal view on education, health, politics, personal view.
Oh, maybe not. Let's go for
and personal view on education, health, politics, and the world. And now your host.
and that kind of needs to kind of fade off because there's no host announced. Then we've got this one just here, which is going to be like this.
It's the real thing. There may be a shortage of hand.
That's a separate jingle, so this is here. And this one's here, like that.
It's the real thing.
There we go. So that's going to go there and there.
It's the real thing. A radio signal from another world.
And then we've got this one coming in here.
There may be a shortage of hand sanitizer and toilet paper, but
and that's going up to the top. And then we got this one here.
Shortage of blind cafe radio.
There we go. And then we've got this one coming in over here. And that's going to come in with a bit of a drone.
You will never know. You will never know what we will play next, but we can tell. You will never know what we will play next. Play next. Play next.
That's coming down there.
But we can tell you, it definitely.
Less of a pause there.
Tell you, it definitely won't be this.
It definitely won't be this.
Be this. Crunch. This Crunchy FM.
There we go. That's coming in over here.
Through the screaming kids and barking dogs from homes around Melbourne. This is the Insights Podcast.
And we've got this one over here, which is coming in, and we're going to use lasers.
To all reggae lovers, DJ Nelson brings you a special mix.
This one's coming up here.
Filled with great hits and most requested songs for your enjoyment. Songs for your enjoyment.
And we've got this over here. And we're going to place that in like this.
Media 7. Media.
Nearly there.
Media 7.
Yes.
Media.
Indeed.
Media 7. Media perfection. Media 7. Media perfection.
Short and sweet. Short and sweet there. And then we've got this one coming in over here.
Bonnie D'Souza. Bonnie D'Souza. Blowing off the roof of the house.
That's cool. And then we've got
Everyman Radio podcast interview with Sonia at Jump Ship Brewery. Beautiful.
And then we need a little...
Brewery. Beautiful. Brewery. Beautiful. Alcohol-free beer.
Fading off at the end there. Another save. It looks like we got 3 more jingles.
Nearly there.
3 more jingles to produce. Let's pop those down there in order. Okay.
Wishing you all well. All well from Suhovsky Enterprise.
Very nice. Thank you, Michael, for that one.
Welcome to another Miracle of Radio Jeebus, where we will bring you the best mixes from around the globe. And now, it's time to dance. Welcome to another Miracle of Radio Jeebus. And now, it's time to dance your feet off on the beats of DJ Dan. And now, it's time to dance.
And now...
It's time to dance your feet off on the beats of DJ Danielson.
Whoops.
On the beats of DJ... On the beats of DJ...
Get ready for Ask Me Anything.
On the
Isabella,
beats
right?
of DJ Danielson.
Get your questions
You
in.
better believe it.
Yeah.
All right.
If you've got any questions you want to ask,
Now is the
Ask Me
time.
Anything with Isabella coming up. So, yes, put your questions down.
Absolutely. And we'll be doing them after this jingle. So that's going in there. And...
Oz Sports Radio, your weekly Aussie Rules podcast. With Ollie and Jess.
And then we need, maybe actually. Yes, maybe.
Each Tuesday at 6 p.m. Interviews, results and interviews. The lighter side of Aussie Rules.
Probably actually what we need there is a rewind.
The lighter side of Aussie Rules.
And that would certainly appear. Look at that. That's absolutely crazy. That is your session for today. Multi-track mix down entire session. And it is most definitely over to you, Isabella, to do your thing. Go for it.
Yay. So thank you for, I can see the questions are starting to come in. So do make sure to post them in I'm going to be answering. Ask me anything. It's Ask Me Anything. So you can you can do that right now. Right. So just to kind of recap on everything we've done so far. So first of all, we've done all the super chats, which were plenty today, 50 to be exact. So we are going to be recording all the free scripts shortly after Mike is going to have a very, very short break. Right, let's get down to your questions. So first of all, Mega Radio UK says the British summertime starts on the 29th of March. I was absolutely certain it was this weekend, but I am to be corrected. So there you go. Gibran Jimenez says, what made you all get into radio and podcasting? It's a very long story, but to recap, Mike used to be absolutely fanatical about radio. He was 13 years old when he started working in hospital radio and has essentially not stopped producing since. So he had a really long and and sort of varied radio career. And when we've met back in 2007, then we got married, and I've started to work with Mike more or less roughly 2011. So we started working together and have not looked back since. So yeah, together as a couple, we've been doing this for nearly a decade, but Mike has been in radio for the last, I'm going to try and attempt maths here, but 25 years. My goodness, that makes him sound very old. Right, what have we got next? Did you guys do my super chat? Let me have a quick look. John, I shall very quickly be able to tell you. It sounds like we did, John. There was, I do remember Mike recording it, about the hand sanitizer and toilet paper. It should be there, so we've done it. You've been sleeping? Have you been sleeping? What's this about? Right. What else have we got here? Also, do any of you play any instruments? No. For me, Mike does just this tiny little knowledge of piano. He did like piano lessons as a kid, but nothing professionally. So I guess that's a no. What have we got? Yeah, so I can see your comments coming in. Do post your questions. Long as it's your opportunity to like ask me anything. Mike is not here. He's not going to be filtering me with his eyes. He sometimes does it. You can't see it, but then I was saying something and I can see the piercing look in his eye, and he's like, "You shouldn't be saying this, Isabel." But that's all right. So just to also recap, I could see it sort of scrolled up a little bit earlier. I know some of you were asking about the sound effects. So all the sound effects that you've been hearing when Mike was producing, those are our own sound effects. So you can get them at mrc.fm/sfx. So it's mrc.fm/sfx. And we have a huge variety of stuff in there. There are like different libraries, small, big, different themed, different, just all sorts of stuff. So you can find it over there. Also, I was going to give a shout. Sorry, I was just reviewing the comments on Facebook. A shout out to Zoran Perry, who says, "I just want to hear you say, 'Hi, Macedonia, love ya.' Hi, Macedonia, we love you." There you go. Let's have a look at your questions. Let's have a look. If I send you an advert, would it be possible for him to have a listen? I would say, whilst we would love to, it's not something that I want to say yes to, because I want to be respectful of Mike's time, and generally speaking, it's not something he does. Sorry. Okay. We've got Student FM saying, "I bought the mini pack. Really great. It is a really good package, actually. The mini pack is just like, it's small but mighty, I would say. It's definitely one of my favorites." A center bound says, "I'm looking at putting Adobe Audition at my Mac desktop. What is the operating system you have on your Mac?" Mike is on the latest one, and I'm on the one before, whatever it was. But I'm quite sure you'll be fine on whatever you use, really, to be honest with you. And then what have we got? Alexander is correcting me and saying it's North Macedonia. I don't know. I was just reading what I was asked. So there you go. And I think we have Mike back, have we?
Yeah. Have you got any more questions, or is that it?
I think that we are good.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's so...
Oh, Vince has just squeezed one in.
Go on.
Izzy, what's your favourite movie?
Oh, that's a good question.
What is my favourite movie? I love Notebook. If there is one movie, it's absolutely lovely. Notebook.
You do?
Yeah.
Because it is really, really good.
It is a really good movie, yeah.
Really, really good.
Yeah.
So, okay. Should we get on and do some free jingles now? What do you think?
I think we ought to, yeah. You good?
And how many free jingles have we got? Oh my goodness, nearly 100.
Nearly 100.
Okay, actually, Adobe Audition is still mixing down. As you can see here, it was quite a long session to mix down. Still got about 60 seconds left.
Minute.
Do you want to say some more stuff? Talk to some more people?
Yeah, so I was just, as you were producing, I was reviewing, and I said earlier, I was reviewing the Facebook comments that came in.
Oh, yeah.
Just to make sure we haven't missed anything. Actually, Dean just says, because I've mentioned somebody asked about, oops, I nearly spilled the tea. Whoopsie daisy. Somebody asked how long we've been doing this for, and I said that you've been involved with radio for the last 25 years, which just is kind of really, really stunning. And Dean commented just now and says, I knew Mike when he was 14 at hospital radio. And
wow.
I've only just joined. There you go.
Who's that?
That's Dean Montier.
Dean Montier. Hello, Dean. Nice to see you there.
Yeah.
And actually, I've got something to show on the screen here. You know, we were asking for your home studio setups, particularly at the time now where it doesn't make sense to be out and about or necessarily socializing with lots of people. So I wanted to shout out to, I think that's Sergey Vanken on Instagram, who's used our hashtag MRC Live. My podcast studio, not in the picture, is the Scarlett 2i2 from Focusrite as well, but you can see there a big widescreen little monitor there with, I think it's the C920 Logitech webcam on top there, and the MRC live stream there playing away on YouTube. With some headphones, mic, nice Apple Mac mouse and keyboard, and an iPad as well. So
that's awesome.
Thanks there, Sergey, for submitting that. And look at that, just as I did that, the mix down has finished, so I can save this out, Isabella, and then we can get onto those lovely free jingles that we'll be delighted to do. So just saving this out as super chat jingles. Saving. Okay, new audio file, and we'll call this free VOs, and click the record button. Hello. Okay, we're both there, so we'll go into the Free Jingle Friday scripts, and these are all titled as to who does what, which is really good. So we'll start from the top with Isabella.
Hang on, I'm just going to format them again to rap, and then it's kind of helps.
Yeah, that really helps. Go
on. Hang on. All right, nearly there. Sorry, I've just broken things up, and there we are. Okay. DFV, a W, I guess. Okay. Live from DFW, spinning from the ones and twos, it's DJ Toxic on Toxic City Radio. Let him toxify your mind.
Toxic City Radio is going live in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You're rocking with DJ Toxic.
Taking it back in the day with another throwback jam, it's DJ Toxic. The time has come. The wait is over. You are about to enter a true trance state of mind with DJ Toxic.
This is SJC Radio, supported by the SJC PTA. If you like our music, you'll love our school. Why not come and visit and see what we have to offer? Find out more at stjohnscollege.co.uk. Another one. Real bass, real beats, real DJs, and sometimes we talk real rubbish. You're listening to The Real Thing live from Cape Town, South Africa. And, one for Mr. Clive here.
And now, it's time for What Happened Since We Last Talked.
And then one for me. You are listening to the Social Hotelier Show, a podcast that inspires hoteliers to create meaningful and memorable experiences for their customers in pursuit of their passion. We share our views and experiences relating to hospitality, technological trends, and also relating to humanity. Here is your host, Sam Eric Ruttman.
The Bay's hottest hits, Airy DJ Co.
To bring back memories of past hits, turn on Spotify, search for Squiggles Non-Stop Oldies playlists, turn up the volume, close your eyes, and listen to hours of non-stop oldies, mostly hits from the 50s, 60s, and 70s. Memories are made of this.
It's time for Uncle Vince's Trivia Challenge. Uncle Vince's Trivia Challenge question. It's time for Uncle Vince's Trivia Challenge question of the day on the Triple M Show. DJ T Foamy.
UniversalExports.co.
This is Student FM, the best music, live. The Chnova? Okay. The best music, live from Dechnova College. The music choice from students. Welcome to Riley Radio. No saloons were harmed in this production.
Stay tuned to Dommy Radio, your number one gospel radio app for your spiritual growth and edification. Right from Kanaland, Nigeria. Keep listening to Dommy Radio.
Broadcasting online, worldwide. Fresh Asian Radio. Thank you for joining the Clergy Talks podcast. And remember good, better, best. Thank you for joining the Clergy Talks podcast. And remember, good, better, best. Never let it rest until your good is better and your better is best. This is DJ Jojo, live from the UK, playing you rhythm and blues right here, right now, at the Music Notes Castle. Please turn up your sound and enjoy the tunes for the next 2 hours.
Just before I start the next jingle, Student FM is asking what's that mixing desk on top of the shelf there. Get asked that quite a lot, actually. It's quite very funny. I was asked that same question last week. It's the first ever mixing desk I had as a teenager when I was just getting started in this industry. And I got it from Tandy. Actually, my mum and dad got it for me from Tandy, which is now a defunct store in the UK. It's kind of the same as Radio Shack if you're in the US. And it's the realistic SSM 2200 stereo sound mixer from the 90s, and it's kind of like it's a museum piece sitting basically up there, and it's not the original mixer that I owned back in the 90s. I must have ditched it at some point along the way, so I actually went to eBay and I paid about 30 quid for it, £30, and it's posted to me from somewhere from Nottingham or something, and now it sits there flashing it. I've actually hooked up the output of our live stream to the desk, so you'll see the lights flash when we talk, and it's all rather cool, and that's the story behind it. Is that all right, Isabella?
Very cool, yeah.
Is that good? Yeah. Okay. So back to it. Becoming Love Radio is a broadcast ministry of the Becoming Love Ministries Association. You can find us on the web at becomingloveministries.com. This is another extra long mix with Kenny on Ziggy Radio.
We are getting you closer to God's heart. Harmony Radio. Faith made alive.
DJ Senior Kid 256, Uganda's finest, live in the mix.
1960s, 1970s, 1980s, 1990s, 2000s. You're listening to Roger Jackson's Time Tunnel.
Download the Sebi Nation app from Google Play Store or log on to our website www.sebination.com. Sebi Nation, our culture, our pride.
I would do Sebe Nation.
Sebe, okay.
Sebe Nation.
Download the Sebi Nation app from the Google Play Store or log on to our website www.sebination.com. Sebi Nation, our culture, our pride. This is House 50 Lounge and Grill. You are welcome. All the biggest hits all in one place. You're listening to Radio Popcorn on 1098 medium wave. This CBS FM 89.2, Uganda's best youth station. Emanduso 89.2 FM. CBS FM 89.2, News, Sports for Kampala. News, Sports for you. Kampala, Uganda, and everywhere. We are everywhere. www.cbfm.ug. Logical in the mix.
You're listening to Patrick Nichol. You're listening to Patrick Nicole. You're listening to Patrick Nicol on DCR, probably the worst DJ in the world. You are rocking with the best in the business. It's DJ Garcia.
Radio Philadelphia, loving God by serving people. Welcome to the Unexplained Online Podcast with Stu Sydenham. Be sure to check out our website at unexplained.online.
Jacob and Holly, live from quarantine. We are still here.
Rocking you from Chile and playing more of the music you want to hear. This is Radio Rock, where the passion for rock never dies.
Trinidad Dancehall Reviews, your source for the hottest dancehall reviews in the region. Subscribe, like, share. Choose Buds to Blossoms Learning Institutes. Choose Buds to Blossoms Learning Institutes, where each child is destined for greatness. Now it's time for your daily 10-minute coronavirus roundup.
Guernsey Community Radio for fun and smiles, and you.
New tracks, old favourites, and deep cuts you've never heard before. This is the Super Mix Show with DJ MDJ. Back with a bang, you're listening to the Cornish Cockney Mark Alban on Radio St. Austell Bay. Oh gosh, sorry. Back with a bang, you're listening to the Cornish Cockney Mark Alban on Radio St. Austell Bay. On Radio St. Austell Bay 105.5 FM.
I think it is Radio St. Austell Bay 105.5 FM.
I know. Punctuations.
It's Radio St. Austell Bay 105.5 FM.
Back with a bang. You're listening to the Cornish Cockney Mark Alban on Radio St. Austell Bay 105.5 FM.
The best modern adult rock. The best modern adult rock. The music langyap.
Welcome to Studio Rankin, my own and personal view on education, health, politics, and the world. And now, your host.
There is only one virus that makes good to your health. Contact Radio.
You are listening to another broadcast from Suhovsky Productions. You are listening to Fine Tune Series by Flint DJ, your ultimate entertainer. Wind down your weekend with the sound of Sunday night on air from 8.
Say You, Say Me with Roy and Marie on xlrradio.co.uk.
More hit music on the way on the second shift with Dave Smith on the T102. On T102. Hi, and welcome to the Southern Cross Veterinary. Is that how we say it?
Veterinary.
Yeah. Hi, and welcome to the Southern Cross Veterinary Clinic podcast. Each episode is jam-packed with tips and information from our qualified veterinary. This is the word I cannot pronounce. From our qualified veterinary staff to help you keep your pets fit and healthy. Do you want to read it again, just in case I have not done it correctly?
Yeah, sure. Okay.
How about you give it a go too?
Can do that. Okay. Hi, and welcome to the Southern Cross Veterinary Clinic podcast. Each episode is jam-packed with tips and information from our qualified veterinary staff to help you keep your pets fit and healthy. And then there's one for me. Oz Sports Radio, your weekly dose of Aussie Rules podcast, full of news, interviews and results with Ollie and Jess.
Thanks for listening to the Southern Cross Veterinary Clinic podcast. Find us on social media. This is Music Street, live with DJ English in English Pound Radio.
Can't catch us in the car? Download the TuneIn app or log on to hcr923fm.com/listen. Or you can listen to HCR on your smart speaker. Say, play Holton Community Radio. You're listening to Soul Sundays.
If you are worried, scared, have no fear. There is more music on the way.
Hi guys, welcome to my show, In the House Live, in the mix with DJ Gaz, live from Glasgow. Another hit jams from your DJ, VDJ Image.
Refill Ministries would like to invite you to the Refill main event this year. Grab a friend and come experience what everyone else is talking about. God bless you all.
Crunchy FM's Saturday Night Party Mix. The best jukebox faves, old school hits and club bangers. Here's one for Mr. Clive. The Brain Teaser on 107 Endeavour FM. That was a bit dramatic. Go on.
You're listening to Nathan Omar in the mix, bringing you the soca vibes.
News ident from the 89.2 CBS FM
Emanduso.
From the 89.2 CBS FM Emanduso News Desk, we bring you the news. The news, reliable, hot and fresh. 89.2 News, powered by Depend on It. That was the news. It's always hot and fresh. Depend on it. Mukizi Morning Show. Mukizi Morning Show. Township Tunes on 89.2 FM. Evening Cruise Show on 89.2 Emanduso. Hope that's okay.
And now, are you ready to hear some more great music on Urban Central UK Radio? Let's go! Pittsburgh's hottest DJ. Oasis FM, bringing living water. Bringing living water.
DJ Singapore, the only DJ with international name. This is Radio Soundtrack. DJ Bear in the mix.
We support Castoria against coronavirus.
Radio Cayman, your official source for Cayman's code... Let's do that again. Radio Cayman, your official source for Cayman's COVID-19 response. Hear it here first. Stay tuned at 99.7 Perkasa FM Radio, Stabat, Langkat best music station, close to the heart, always in the mind. There we go. Cool.
Gosh, I had to Google where that is. That's
Indonesia. Let's do another one. This show is brought to you by the Standout Company, commercial photography and video production in London, Manchester and throughout the UK. Call us on 0207 459 4295 or visit www.thestandoutcompany.com for a free consultation. Kampala, Uganda. This is 89.2 CBS FM Emandasu, Uganda's best music station. We trigger nothing but the best music. This is 89.2 Emandasu, The Trigger. Your weekend sounds sweet and hot. This is 89.2 CBS FM. Radio Playback Rock, badass Nordic rock music radio. Welcome to On Air 108.6 FM Radio. Your world, your radio, music non-stop and best sound. On Air 108.6 FM. Online, on Air 108.6 FM. Online radio is the local station for listeners of all ages out of Germany. Our popular DJs play the best songs from all over the world for you. That one got me a little bit because I thought the FM dial only went up to 108. I thought it was like 87 to 108, 87 FM to 108. I didn't think there was a 108.6, but maybe there is that maybe I don't know about. Maybe Germany has a different frequency or something like that.
There you go.
Remember there's 107, 107.2, 107.1. Oh, interesting anyway.
Yeah.
On to the next one. Vintage Radio returns in just a moment, as if you really wanted it to return.
It's the Big Voice J Show. Get ready for the next 60 minutes. Your senses will be flying. This is the best selection of trance. This is DJ Toxic. Let me toxify your mind. 107.9 High Banks Radio.
On the mix is DJ Brown 254, the best DJ. Into the decades here on Radio Tyne. Your music, your city, your Radio Tyne.
You're tuned into Global FM, Reggae Radio Trinidad. Don't touch that dial. Live in 3, 2, 1. It's DJ Ads, keeping you entertained all weekend with the biggest hits.
You ain't heard nothing yet until you've listened to Nuggets with Tricky Dicky. So tune in every Friday at Radio 192.
Cloud FM 96.7. Tune in every Saturday at 10 a.m. for Cloud FM Youth Corner. The Breakfast Cafe. Tune in from Monday to Friday only on Cloud FM. The best breakfast show on radio in central Zambia. Mr. Vibes, playing you the best music on your radio. DJ Truth. Hello?
Oh, it's me. Okay. The best songs, the best musics, the best DJs. www.soundclubwebradio.com. It's you again.
Yeah, I know. Thank you, doctors and nurses. Thank you, truck drivers. Thank you, grocery workers. Thank you, delivery drivers. We at Jet Connection Radio Broadcast and MRC, thank you all.
DJ Dave playing all the essential mixes.
DJ Gooty 254.
This is a message from Calderdale Council about coronavirus. Please visit calderdale.gov.uk/coronavirus for more information. Thanks to all nurses, doctors, supermarket cashiers, truck drivers, police, firefighters, and all the others. Saying what's on many of our minds right now.
I know.
You're listening to Rick Marks on Rendell 107.4 FM.
Welcome to Tegazara Podcast.
Tony.
Tony.
It's just a jingle for Tony. That reminds me of an advert here in the UK for a fizzy drink, orange fizzy drink. You might not have seen the advert. Might have been before your time here. Tango, the orange drink Tango, and they used to go, Tony. He's been tangoed. Tony. Anyway, Tony. Thank you, Tony. Let me say it in different ways. Tony.
Whisper.
Tony. No. Tony. Oh, and let's do it Alan Partridge style. Tony. He'll notice me in a moment. Tony. Okay, is that good enough for you, Tony?
That was good enough.
This is a jingle for Tony.
That was a jingle for Tony.
Final one. DJ Akil. You're listening to DJ Akil, the baddest.
Oh,
that's it.
That's a wrap.
Yay. Oh, nice.
My goodness, that was a long one. We've been here for 3 hours.
Yeah. It's insane, Isabella, but we've got to serve all the stuff that's
We're
required.
here to serve you, and on that note, we will be back next week.
Oh, we're just going now? Are you sure?
Yeah. We've got kids to tend to.
Okay, yes, the kids are getting ready for our arrival. So, thank you so much for joining us. Well, let's do this then. Let's play this thing.
Let's play it.
We'll be back next week. Don't worry. We'll be back next week. We'll do everything we can to get into this studio. We'll be back next week. Isabella, anything you want to add?
I just want to say we'll be back next week. And if you need anything, head on over to musicradiocreative.com. We are in business as usual. Nothing has changed.
Yes,
we
nothing
can help
changes.
you with any audio needs. Head on over musicradiocreative.com. That's where we live.
Yes, our awesome team of virtual... Tony! Tony! Our virtual team will be serving you around the world in different time zones. And also we've got voiceovers, producers, singers, all based in their home studios, not having to go out to places of work, who can still serve you during this time. So thanks very much for joining us on this live show. It's been really, really good to speak to you, as always, on this show. And we will be back. In the meantime, dig into Netflix, dig into YouTube, watch the back catalogue. Bye, lots of love. See you later.